Hey, nerd, why don't you go read your nerd books? What a nerd.
I stand in solidarity with you guys. I know what it feels like to be treated differently.
Forget Venezuelan oil when you can have soybean oil with our new and improved Goislip Jr. Burger Supreme. Now with extra seed oils.
Goislip Jr.
Insightful take. Let's see another email. It says, let the goyim deal in the real world while hedge fund investors get rich by betting on shipping prices through futures contracts. We're like their slaves.
What do you think about the satanic pedos in the file?
Dude, enough with the conspiracy theories. No!
What happened?
Dude, leave me alone. My player just got injured.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. What do you think about Bill getting an STD from Russian models and slipping his wife antibiotic?
Bill is ending climate change and stopping COVID. Racist fascist.
What do you think about the files?
You must not be a groiper. I actually wish I was Epstein. He's got aura. Go watch Nick to find out why.
Hardy and Fist. Hardy and Fist. You can be sure that we're both on the list. Hardy and Fist. Hardy and Fist. You can be sure that we make the moves pissed. Streaming through history, uncovering mysteries as to why the whites are living in misery. We keep the audience salivating as we continue navigating through centuries of adventures of the ever-evolving small hat wizardry.
You're different than the other guys.
Can I be honest with you? I'm actually a black woman.
Cut! That was so fake and gay. Now, Schneiderstein wants to see your feet in his trailer.
So we wanted this film to be so fake and gay, it's retarded.
Why was Mr. Space eat Clooney and Jay-Z in the files, Director Berg?
They just like pizza and grape soda.
There you have it, folks. Noticing is antiseptic.
Yeah.
I had a really good time today.
Yeah, me too. I really like.
What are you doing? She's coming with us. What are you talking about? Who are you? I'm your Republican congressman. Now that we're in charge, we're rounding up illegals. She was born here. She's a citizen. I don't care. She looks like one of them. But don't worry. When she's in prison in El Salvador, she'll have lots of company.
And it looks like that AI gave me an unreasonably long solo that I just had to use. It looks like we're live.
We're live. Oh, I can't believe it. We're live. I've been thought out once again for another episode of Artie and Fist. Mate, I'm a bit down for this show. I hate to say it. Yeah, so it turns out that due to the crypto crash, right, renting out half of my brain to mine shitcoins, it wasn't making a lot of money. So now it looks like about half of my brain is basically being used to sort of store files for the network, right? Which is is what we call like the government. Well, I mean, it's in the UK, it's the network, right? The Rothschild network. They run everything. And personally, I think this is a great idea. Imagine like a state, right, of like a country where you actually had like two parties, right? Whereas, the situation we've got now, it's so much better, right? Like the network just sets like policy and you get to vote on whether you want the thing that they want done to be done in the name of left-wing stuff or in the name of right-wing stuff, right? Which is the way, obviously, that it should be. But I think they're storing like really, really bad stuff on this part of my brain because I don't know, man. It's kind of getting me down. Or maybe it's just being in London, living under
what's wrong with London?
Well, obviously, it's great. It's diverse. Diversity, of course, is our greatest strength. Or so I keep getting told. So there's nothing. It's awesome. I just can't wait until it's even more diverse, and more gray and shit. Surely we are on an excellent path, right? You should come. You'd love it, mate. Right? Like, I mean, I don't think they're taking any more white people, though, right? Like,
what? Even as visitors?
Yeah. Well,
even as tourists.
No, I don't. Look, I don't think so, mate. Right? Like, look, if you're Pakistani, like, definitely, right? Like, maybe you can get a Pakistanoplasty or something, right? Like an Arabplasty, right? Like, sort of like brown yourself up. Like,
can I just kind of do what they did in like Team America and just kind of like pube up my face, glue them on?
Yeah, probably. You just rock up to immigration and just be like, Muhammad, Allahu Akbar.
Yeah, they don't really exhibit very good discernment there, right? As long as I, look a little inbred, it should work out fine.
Or could you be gay and muish? I believe that is sort of no. Look, you can do it, Artie, right?
Could I? Yes. Would I like to be? Absolutely. Looks very easy. Looks very fun. Will I? It just can't happen, dude. Honestly, I've been 9 years, almost 10 years abstinent, and there's been so many times where I'm like, dude, if I was gay, this would be so easy. It would just be so easy. But every time, I try and stick it in the guy's butt. It's like a shirt sleeve trying to pack for the airport the last second. Jam it in there. Nothing happens.
That's the problem, right? You're taking the wrong position, right? You need to go the femboy route, right? Like, right. Look, phone up Monorical, right? And get him on the line, get him to teach you everything that, you need to know about being like reform moo, right? And just get pounded. Yeah. Now, you'll be part of the network in no time.
No. So you're not thinking of this clearly, okay? I'll do gay stuff, but I'm just reformed straight. Okay? I never have to call myself gay. Isn't that how the game is really played? See? White's gonna wake up.
No, my understanding is that they need actual proof that you have taken, like, at least a couple of miles. Of length, mate.
What I'm understanding is all of the gay stuff I did, thinking that I'd still be able to be called straight, is null and void, and I'm in fact gay, is what you're telling me.
Right? Yeah.
False pretense is what it sounds like.
Right, but look, right. Once you are part of the network, right?
Yeah.
You can do anything, really, right? Look, you just look, the goy will bow down before you, mate, right? Like, the world is your oyster. Any NGO that you want to be on, right? Mate, like, just think of all the vistas that would. I mean, look, you could be on the anti-Semitism task force, mate. Right?
That is true. I would like to. That wouldn't be terrible, right? I would be just doing my job.
Yeah,
and I can kind of make up what anti-Semitism is, right? I start turning on some moos because I start making up my own definition.
They'd probably love that, mate. Right? Like you could do a whole redemption arc, right? Where you could like get up in front of the world, right? And and say how you used to have like hate in your heart, and then you went to the wall. They showed you the black cube, and now you've just had like a massive change of heart that has nothing to do with like suspicious like blackmail or anything.
Yeah, I don't know, man. If we're told to not like apologize, I really don't think. Look at James Lindsay, dude. It ain't getting any better. Okay, it ain't getting any better. He's been to Israel, I think, 2 times in the past 3 months, and each of the 2 times he went, he overstayed. He spur of the moment decided he would stay longer both times he went.
Did you see that video he posted? Right, like I have never. It's so funny. Like whenever he talks about Christianity, he's just like, oh yeah, the Christians. But when he talks about Israel, right, like you can see on his face, he's like, oh, it's so moving. It's so awesome. He should just convert. He should just like come out and like convert, right? Like my understanding is like if you want to convert to like reform, all you got to do is like
I don't know how many times I'm gonna tell you this. Okay, I'm gonna play it again for you. He already did convert, and he converted in the most mooey way possible.
Decided nobody needs to know what my religion is any longer, and I'll never tell anybody again.
That is the most mooey way you could possibly be a moo, is saying to everyone, I'm not going to tell you what my religion is.
Well, no. Well, he needs to be proud.
And he kisses the wall.
Right?
It's like, well, I technically didn't say it. That's the mooiest way.
Why is he hiding his kippah under a bushel? Right? Like, surely, right, by not loudly proclaiming his faith, right? He is just assisting the very anti-Septicism that he is fighting against.
I know,
right?
How much do you want to bet he tried? He tried to convert, and they were like, no, we need you for goy duties. He tried so hard. He tried to get into the Shaolin temple, and he's sitting out there for 3 straight days, not eating anything, not drinking anything, begging to get in, and they're like, no, you're the eternal goy. Because any secrets they tell him, he's gonna blurt out. They can't trust him with anything. They can't trust him with anything, dude. He is exactly where they need him to be.
They can't even show him the cube, mate. Right? Like he'll blub about it. Right? He'll be on Twitter being like, I went to Jerusalem and they showed me the cube, and everyone be like, shut up, don't talk about the cube. Right? There is no cube.
He
right?
can't contain himself, and he can't wait. As soon as he finds something out, he can't wait to blurt it out.
Oh God. But look, it's nice to be back. Like, hello chat. It's lovely to be here. Helping me like cope with the horror of London. I got a nice big copium tank here right next to me, and that's sort of helping as well, right? I had to take a nice big huff of copium. It's it's nice, right? Like, how's things with you, mate? I hear you quite celebrity now.
How's things with me?
Yeah.
You want to know how
do.
things are going with me, Fist?
Sometimes I want to turn on YouTube and listen to kind of really, not very intellectual content. I don't know. Rhetorically Defective is one of my favorite kind of lowbrow politics channels. I hope he doesn't hate me for saying that.
Unbelievable. How am I doing? He's going to call my cartoon booger man face lowbrow when I put all this time into my thumbnails trying to be taken as seriously as possible. How am I doing? You want to know how I'm doing? I'll tell you how I'm doing. I got a Remnant 777 over here tagging me. After watching my Mentis Wave video, he's in my chat now.
Yep. Sup, Remnant? Good to see you, man.
How am I doing? You want to know how I'm doing? I'll tell you how I'm doing. Now, I'm an atheist, okay?
Yeah.
We got Made by Jim Bob over here, one of the most prolific ortho bro content creators in the game right now.
Fearless Truth. He's Orthodox. Joel Reed's Bible sucks. Answers Against Atheism. We really don't have much to choose from. Rhetorically Defective. Wait a second. Is that guy that I kind of think is cool?
Yeah, that is that guy.
Rhetorically Defective. Let me see. I think he's that one guy. He is an atheist, but he's very partial to Christianity. He is. He's partial. So, and he talks about some cool stuff. So let's do that for a change. You're going over to there to Rhetorical Defective. Tell him I said hi. Tell him to go to liturgy. He's based on politics front. Yeah. He'll come around. I'm going to get him to get to liturgy. Who cares if he, you know what I mean? I'm not asking him.
How am I doing? Who gets a raid from? I am covered head to toe in ortho bros, dude. It's insane.
Yeah, man.
It's insane.
Yeah, man.
I can't get rid. So how am I doing? Here's how I'm doing. Okay. Gratitude, service, duty, and peace through strength. That's how I'm doing. Let's go, fellas.
Duty.
I'm fucking ready, fellas. I couldn't. How is it going? I don't know. The best it's ever been in my life. I don't know. Pretty good, I guess.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very
nice. How black pill was I 2 weeks ago?
Very, very well. I mean,
was
look,
down.
That's the good thing about having a co-host, right? Like you're having a down week, you can just be like, can you carry the show this week? Yeah, you should check out a liturgy, mate. I reckon you should.
My God, you guys, fellas. I think I know what I'm doing here. Okay. Now, here's where the moos have been killing you guys for 3,000 years now. Okay. They have a goy. I can be a Christian goy. I can do the things that the Christians can't do. Okay. So I'm going to have a fleet of loyal atheist right-wingers that are serving Christianity, but we get to break the rules to keep it going. Okay. Now you guys don't have to ask us to do anything. You can't do that. Right. Can't be in your heart, but you guys keep smiling behind your screens. I'll tell you that much. I'm feeling a presence, okay?
I was feeling it. I was feeling that presence.
The saddest part is that there's a Greek Orthodox church, 15. I can smell the feta from here. It's 15 minutes away.
Yeah,
I really love telling you guys that there is absolutely there's no actual reason other than internally that it would just be odd and uncomfortable. You have to realize how new Christians are to me. I thought you were the gay feminized Christians. I thought that was the only type of Christian, okay? And then I made this channel, and it's been less than a year where I'm like starting to understand Christianity, more so Orthodoxy, because why would I not when those fellas keep on popping up? And Made by Jim Bob should know, not only am I an atheist, but I have people in my audience being converted into going to liturgy, even if I'm not, okay? I have a Protestant in my who shall remain nameless, who calls himself ortho-curious, okay? So even the religious Christians in my audience are being slowly converted to orthodoxy. And what? Just -1, minus little old me, right? It's a sacrifice.
God works in mysterious ways, man, right?
Okay? I can't be a soldier of Christ, okay? But I can act in service of Christ, right?
Yeah.
And I feel as though my audience believes as though I am in fact doing that. Should we at least take a peek at the chat so far, baby?
I guess we should. Wait. Okay, like hang on. How do we? What is? I hate how StreamYard does this thing. It doesn't tell you like when the super chats start. So you wind up like basically scrolling through. Right. Okay.
No, you can look at the timestamp of anything, and it should let you know.
Oh yeah. So we start with Waffle.
Now, what do we have going on here? Hold on.
Holy shit.
Hold on here. So,
thank you very much, Waffle.
20.
That's freaking awesome. God, look at him go.
Now, I recently released a lore video. Everybody should know with the Hard R memberships. I include lore videos of me from 2017, 2018, 2019 in my lefty liberal phase that I was in. Not much different than I am now. Very confused as to what's going on. And I just released from April of 2019 a debate I had with 2 black people about saying the N-word. And you've never heard a white person talk to black people this way. And you've never heard black people just sit there and take it like how they took it with me. So you're going to want to check that one out, okay?
Very nice. Death Takes for 5 memberships.
Oh, hello.
Thank you very much, Death Takes. Man,
dude,
memberships are...
Actually, hold on. I gotta do Wuffy proper right now.
Now the Chad does what the Chad wants, and no one is stopping him because Chad does what Chad wants.
He really made up. He'll actually apologize to me in private that he's like, hey, I'm not going to be able to. Dude, my word. Okay, do that at your own face. That's completely fine. Whatever you want to do is fine. And we do hang on X and antagonize some lefties, so it is fun.
Mate, Waffle is a bit of a force of nature. I got to say, right? Like the tides go in and out. Waffle distributes the super chats. You know what I mean, right? Like he turns. Sort of miraculous. He turns YouTube money into memberships.
Right? Like memberships,
yeah. So thank you, Death Takes, as well. The new GM for $10 US.
There he is.
Thank you very much, mate.
There he is.
I don't know why everyone is talking about our friends the Moos. Meanwhile, the Muzzies want us to pay the jizya, while the Grizzly Elves only want us to pay the jiznya, measured in 12 buttery kippers.
Now, you should know, after the Mentis Wave video that I did, Mentis Wave was doing analogies like how James Lindsay does, okay? So if you can't acknowledge the moves, you have to pivot to analogies. I'm just starting to notice these patterns. I'm a noticer. And he did an analogy with peanut butter, pufferfish, bears, and elves. And so now, bears and elves are also replacement words for the moves, okay?
Where does the
you may see some of those jokes.
Wait, where does the peanut butter go in this?
Dude,
this,
where does the death butterfly come from with James Lindsay, okay?
I don't know, mate. Right? Like,
do you think you'd know any more if you actually saw the video? Okay.
I probably would. I probably would. I'll
clear that up at all.
I'll watch the fucking video. Bubblegum gun for $2. Thank you, mate.
Christ Kickers.
Christ Kickers is just Judaism light for the Soyim. Hard disagree. Study some fucking history. The Grey Slayer for $5. The Grizzly Elves have gone insane.
Here we go. Yes. So just explaining that to you, that's what that means.
Right. Frankensteck for $20. Thanks, mate. Remember, guys, don't hate your enemies. Be aware of them. Be ready for them, but don't hate them. Hatred is a poison that only one party drinks. It doesn't help you at all. God bless and good luck with the stream. Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now, you should know in one of the lore videos, the Hard R videos, I think one of the first videos I released of me screaming in my car, I literally said that. Even when I was on the left, I've always had it inside of me that we cannot beat these people at the hate game. They win the hate game. We cannot beat them at the hate game. It's a conclusion I came to almost a decade ago. So it's very nice to meet fellows that I can actually share these opinions with, because nobody was religious that I was talking to.
They do really like. I mean, like they are really like the expert haters. I mean, like my God, mate, right? Like, you know, when I'm in a hating competition and my opponent is Rabbi Shmuley, like, oh, this is gonna be a tough one.
As we'll see today.
Big time for $10.
Biggie, baby.
Good to see you, big time. How you doing, mate? Embrace the feta, Artie. Well, look, Artie, if you walked past an Orthodox church, it wouldn't be feta you'd be smelling, mate. It would be frankincense, or if there was like a liturgy on, right? Frankincense is good stuff.
Yeah, but I'm sure they eat food there, right?
I mean, not.
What if I get hungry?
I mean, you get.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know if there's food. You know. I'm just gonna act so mooish about it. I don't know. What am I gonna eat? Where am I gonna put my hands?
Look. There's an easy resting place for them on the end of your arms, right?
Okay. See,
you know,
these are things I can learn there.
Look, you can have the blessed bread after liturgy. Everyone gets some of the blessed bread. It's really, really nice like that. You know, you don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to be baptized. You can, just come up and have some of the blessed bread. It's good stuff. It's good for you, man.
Okay.
Shoot the chickens for $5. You're lagging, guys. The operator of Discord is passing you in raiding others. I don't understand what that.
Rating?
We're not being rated because we're lagging. Like, you mean the stream is lagging, or?
Yeah, we fell off. I think.
Oh, we fell off.
I don't know. Oh. I don't know what the operator is, but thank you.
Thank you. Swampy 6 became a member. Lovely.
There you go. Great time to do that.
Bill Clinton skin suit. Hey man,
there
for €2. Even the bears in the woods are Berenstains.
Yep, those are the moves. So there was an SNL bit called The Bears. So when they go the moves, I want to go The Bears. Could take off. Gotta throw it against the wall and see if it sticks, baby.
Ardent Party for 2 loonies. Thanks, mate. Friend of the channel, moderator in the chat, wielder of the banhammer. No cheap ad. Just like and share the screen. Share the stream. Be good, people. Thank you very much.
Best moderator in the game. Fight me. Please like and share the stream. Definitely like it. Be much, very helpful. Much appreciated.
And Waffle, mate, he's back with another
baby. Oink, yeah, bruv.
Look at him, just dabbing on everyone, mate. Just like, money. Eventually your streams are going to be 50% reading super chats. Love the recognition you retards are finally getting. Oh, mate, it's nice. It is nice. And
okay, we're almost ready. Here we go.
Bubblegum gun for $2 again.
Thank you.
You guys are still new to this. Look up Adam Green. I know who fucking Adam Green is, right?
I know. I think last time I might have said Adam King instead of Adam Green or Dave Green. I think I may have misspoke last time.
Yeah.
And so I made us look like noobs when I'm the only noob here.
Did you know that all the Christians actually worship the moose, despite basically making an entire society that was diametrically opposite to rabbinical Moodyism?
What are you tired of hearing that?
Yeah. Sorry, I just it's this brain implant, mate. I get these sudden outbreaks of complete retardation, where I believe that the singular greatest force against Moodyism ever to be created was, secretly run by them or something.
So apparently this lady's making the rounds again over here.
Oh yeah, this is pretty good.
Girl, next time somebody hit your nigga, you're supposed to beat their ass. Bye, bitch! Bye, bitch!
Oh, they cocked up. Go to the next call.
And then she pops her with a good one right there. And look at this reaction. Look at this reaction, dude.
It's
trying to open it up, like, oh man, are they ready for civilized society, do you think?
Oh, dude.
Trying to open how strong do you think you are to open the door? Look at
oh my god. How dare you say the thing? We're gonna beat your ass.
Now there's paintings of it, like art, and it really is.
It is kind of art, really, right? Perhaps in the future, when we win, right? They can play this to school kids when they do the Dark Ages history. Do you think in the future, right, this period of the West will be called the Dark Ages or the Moo Ages or something?
Well, whoever wins is gonna name it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how it goes. Speaking of which, listen to this Christian going full Christian on this person.
Get the fuck out of my city, you fucking assholes. Get the fuck out of here. Right? Take a picture of your license plate.
So,
we don't
want
to know. We don't care. Get the fuck out of my
city. So
state.
you just said a bunch of stuff and then you don't want to hear anything
We
back?
don't want to hear it. Yeah, you're a fucking loser. You have no right to talk about use my body, you fucking piece of shit.
Bye. Come on, Heaven.
Go kill yourself, you son of a bitch.
Right.
Woo, you feel
Bye.
Suck my ass.
Yeah, that's very kind. Very kind.
Get out of here, you
Hey,
fucking
you should
loser.
turn to Christ. You can still turn to Christ.
Fuck Jesus Christ, and fuck you ugly fucker.
So yeah, anyways, the coffee here was decent, but there's a lot of different hair colors and stuff, and it kind of messed with the vibe and the color scheme going inside. But otherwise, I was been pretty nice. So thus concludes my review of this area.
Unfazed and acts, dude, one take acts like it was a fucking review.
It's not a weakness to be able to do this, right? It actually requires considerable intestinal fortitude to not rise to these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just unbothered, in my lane, moisturized, loved by Christ, right? They hate it. They absolutely hate it.
But also the presence of mind. This is the comedy that I'm talking about. The presence of mind to act like he was interrupted doing a review of The Establishment. Coffee's pretty good. Clientele, I would rate possibly lower. A lot of different hair colors of the patrons there, so I would say it clashed with the walls. Dude. I'll let you slop it up for a little bit. You want to do some sloppy toppy?
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, so this is I came across this. So just been watching all this shit in the UK. The government didn't collapse. I'm really, really sad about that, actually, right? I was hoping we'd at least get some entertainment, but no. So this is Warren Smith. I presume he's some kind of YouTuber. This is a really sort of we're taking it back. This is 2012 tier kind of stuff, right? Watching Peter Boghossian. I mean, Peter Boghossian, he doesn't really argue, does he? Right? He sort of, he kind of discusses with people.
He did street epistemology.
Streets.
So, even when I was watching James Lindsay, I always identified more with Peter Boghossian to be like.
Usually, why is he epistemologing in the street? Isn't there like public toilets or something like that around?
Wow. Things are rough over there right now, huh? Things are rough over there.
Pretty much.
Wow, you must be feeling really bad about yourself right now. You thought you were low. I can't take you out of that one, buddy. There's only so much I can do about that one.
So yeah, it was what I thought I'd play like a little bit of this. It's like the, I don't know, man. Have you seen people this dumb? I know you're like out there, sort of. Well, you used to be out there on the coalface, like with the real stupids for a while, right? But yeah, this is pretty spectacular.
Hold on 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
I think this guy was a teacher who got fired for not mouthing the message. Ooh. I know who this guy is. I know what school he was fired from because my friend works at that school. So I know all the back end stuff about this guy. Weird dude. I'm not going to say too much. But it's an alternative school, okay?
Right.
So the kid that he recorded, all of them have like behavioral issues and are like autistic. So they were like, kid.
So he's from Boston, kid, is what you're saying.
The surrounding area.
Okay. Also, the new GM. Hang on, wait.
Oh, sorry.
New GM for $5. Thank you, mate. If you don't like the stream, the Bears will be waiting in your bed tonight.
The Bears.
Okay. Wait. Where's the winner? Right. Let's go.
I can't hear him. I can't hear him at all.
You can't hear him?
Anybody else hear him?
We getting sound or not?
I can't hear it.
Wait, let me
no
let
audio.
me reset the
Absolute
thing.
Ditka.
God damn it.
Butt kiss. Absolute butt kiss.
Man, I tell you what, right? If that anti-racism VR thing is like crash my like audio drivers, I'm gonna be pissed, man.
I love how nobody knows what you're talking about. As if you have on your own time you're watching anti-racism VR.
I've ever seen. Who claims that America is uniquely systemically racist.
So you said the word systemic before. What is that the word you use, or is it system? System. What does that word mean?
Now this is going to be the big question. Can he explain what a system even is? And this is where it gets comical.
I mean, it's the violence inherent within the system, to quote Monty Python.
So when someone makes this claim, the smart question is, well,
just quote Monty Python. Right. Okay.
Dude, I swear they have oh my God. Hold on. I swear they have a shame kink. Speaking of a shame kink, as some of you fellows may know, Papa Gut debated Andrew Wilson. Now, I can't find the debate anywhere. I watched it live. I can't find it anywhere except the fellas support me, which means that I can pay for Papa Gut's members only streams, which means we can watch it. And you know what? I was going to make a video on it, but I really got to make fun of his stupid wife on top of it, fellas. There's so much I found. I went digging. And we might do it tomorrow. Review the Papa Gut Andrew Wilson debate. It might go a little long. There's a lot of it. So I had to remember that as I was saying shame kink, which is Papa Gut. It's really, really unbelievable.
Okay.
Can you give an example?
Give me an example of a law currently on the books that's racist.
It doesn't have to do with laws. It has to do with entrenched social movements.
What's an entrenched social movement? Well, we don't know, which is convenient because that makes it impossible to provide evidence. But this is what Peter does well. He does not stop.
So give me an example of a system that's racist in the United States. Is it in the United States? Yeah, in America.
A system that's racist.
Yeah.
The best he can do is bring up, well, I have this gender studies class, and this ties in, I think. And
I've particularly been studying gender relations.
You know the most annoying thing about this fucking like guy is I bet he thinks he's like really intelligent, right? Like just look at him. He's like, oh yeah, you know.
Oh yeah, the hair, the hands, and the pockets. Like, yeah, I got this. I got this under control.
I'm something of an intellectual. Don't you know? I've been reading gender studies. I've read Michel Foucault.
At the moment.
Let's try to. I'm happy to do that claim
Well,
next
no,
week.
I know, but it's the same sort of dichotomy. It's the same.
Look at that hand.
Of,
His hand is doing all the work of trying to think for
and
him.
this is what shows it as an ideology. He's able to use what he learned in his gender studies class to explain systemic racism somehow.
Imagine being a man and going to gender studies class. It'd be like,
and then talking about it like here's what I was forced to repeat, not learn, but forced to repeat.
In terms of gender as opposed to racism.
Is it okay if we do racist? Because that's only the claim now. We'll talk about gender if you want to write another one on the board. But give me an example of a system of racism that we currently have in the country.
A current system of racism.
Maybe if I
yes, if you're going to claim that.
Say exactly what you said.
That's a complicated question. You know, I mean,
obviously, no one ever does that to buy time.
Yeah, obviously, I believe in it 100%. Right? It's like I've never really thought about it. You know, it's just so obvious, right?
America is systemically racist. You should be able to give us an example of a racist system.
Yeah, we'll forget laws. Just give me a system.
It's more just how people act with each other. So, like, literally, what she's described earlier, this sort of circumstance in which somebody,
her friends.
Yeah.
I mean, how is that a system?
Because we're in a system. Humans are systemic.
This reminds me of the trans woman that's like, I'm biological and I'm a woman. I'm made of biological stuff and I say I'm a woman, so I'm a biological woman. It really is if you just try to think of the worst argument possible, then eventually they will catch up to you.
This is the problem with thinking that everyone needs to go to university, right? You get like, midwits like this who are just like, oh, I've been to university. I'm very, very smart. Should listen to what I say. Complete fucking empty head.
So people cause systems, and systems cause people.
People cause systems, and systems cause people. Okay, so the natural question would be, but what is a system? Still,
culture or the way we act sort of determines what the system is or what laws are. Which
look at that hand.
Almost
hitting him in the face with it.
Figure out what the definition of a system is.
You also can't throw it out. It's just a matter of
okay. We'll bracket it, but I'm trying to figure out when someone says a system.
Throw it out. You can't define it.
You said that. I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that because I am not clear.
Well, I mean, she brought up, for example, the police. It's not that they have laws that direct them to be racist. It's that internally somehow people are racist
somehow,
which determines behavior in any given circumstance. For like, if police stops a white person, they're less likely
pause this real quick,
arrest them. Then
this is why on my stream with Mentis Wave, if you look up on Grok, like, is racism similar to witch hunting? And Grok just goes, yeah, it's essentially the exact same thing, and then it lists 10 categories of how they're essentially the exact same thing.
Mate, someone get this guy a scholarship. Right, like I can sense he's about to like write some sort of incredible like piece of political or social theory, mate. Right, like just like mate, just
social theory. Social theory. Talk about like atheists trying to replace the Bible. Social theory.
Yep. Well, I mean, when you take God out of the equation, right, you got to explain it with like, well, Reform Moodyism, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
With a black person.
If a crime has been committed, you're claiming they're less likely to arrest them for that crime if they're white. Where are you getting that from?
You might call it even individual, but everybody does it.
If everybody does it, how is it systemic?
Is that what you mean by the system being racist? It's populated by people who hold racist. Is that what I'm trying to figure out what the word means?
Okay.
So I know what you're talking
populated
about.
By people who are racist. Yes.
Hold on, pause it real quick. Do you like how Peter Boghossian is essentially, instead of the word system, it's the word woke right, and it's as if he's talking to James Lindsay right now?
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand what you mean by this word.
I mean, I was talking to this about to you about this before, but I am of the opinion that when Lindsay was hanging out with Boghossian and Pluckrose, that was like a big reason why his content was a lot better, because he had those other two people to sort of like bounce off, and
right,
presumably he'd like put some idea forward, and they'd be like, no, that's a really shit idea. And then when he sort of like cut them all loose, like now he's just slop.
Exceptional. Like they're not members of the KKK. They're just people.
Okay.
And people are generally Americans specifically are racist, because what your little America is racist. Better question is Americans are racist.
What makes
That's
Americans
not a question.
uniquely
That's actually a
racist versus-
statement. A better question is Americans are racist. Dude, this is melting my brain right now. Let me get on to Robert Kraft. This guy's killing me.
You don't want to watch more of this? I mean, come on, mate.
I'm gonna explode in this guy right now. Do you really want to get me mad? Is that really what people want to see? Okay, they like it when I'm calm, peaceful. Okay, they don't like it when I'm screaming. You know?
You're like the Incredible Hulk, basically. You would like me when I'm angry. That's the Incredible. Wait, is that the Incredible Hulk?
Yes.
I think that's the
Yes,
Incredible
it is.
Hulk. Yeah.
There are people in the world.
I'm trying to, and I don't mean to linger on this necessarily, but I think it's so important to understand what you mean when you say it's a system.
Okay. All right.
All right.
It's a system.
Okay.
And he still can't tell us what a system is.
Does that mean that the system is acting against Black people or individuals within the system? Because that's an extremely crucial distinction.
Okay. So individuals within the system that are not exceptional. So they constitute the system. So like, it's not members of the KKK that are joining the police because they're racist or whatever.
They constitute the personnel who are members of the system, but they are not the system.
Yep, they are.
That was Mooey. The mask just fell off of his face, dude.
Trying to figure out what a system is. This is the best you can do. Is continue to ask.
People make up the system. So people make the system, like laws. Literally any.
So when he finally realizes he's not going to get a response, he asks him, "What would it take to change your mind?"
What would it take for you to move from strongly agree to agree?
I don't think I would.
And he just flat out says, "Nothing would change my mind."
So what evidence would you have to hear? What reason would you have to hear? What argument would you have to see to persuade you?
I see no point in being in agree or slightly agree.
He sees no point in a middle ground.
I'm either going to be in strongly agree or strongly disagree.
Can you believe
If you're taking the position you strongly agree, then surely you must have some evidence.
But I just don't understand.
Polarizing.
Okay, then what evidence would it take you to move to strongly disagree? What would you have to be shown?
That America is not racist.
Okay, and what would that look like? What data set would that look like?
I have no idea because I don't agree with it.
That pretty much sums up the entire thing right there. I don't even know what evidence would look like because my mind has been made up.
Pause it. I've actually learned this. I don't know if I learned it. It's hard to tell at this point, but I've utilized this from Peter Boghossian, I think. Where when fellas, I used to argue online every day. Okay. For a long time. Every day for a long time. And it's like before I got to a point where before I was going to engage with somebody, I would say, what evidence would you have to see for you to change your mind, for you to change your position? And they can never answer it. It's actually a very quick way to determine whether or not you want to engage seriously in a dialogue.
Yeah. We only got like another minute. We might as well finish this off.
Would I know, or else I would be over there.
Well, wouldn't you have to know the conditions under which your belief could be false to justify your confidence in the belief?
Could be false.
I never thought it could be false before.
Maybe just that it's not as racist as you thought. Like, what evidence would you have to think that it's not as racist as you thought to move you to the agree line?
I don't know. That a lot of people don't experience racism on the day-to-day.
Okay, so what is a lot?
A lot of people, or the majority of people, or some people? Like a lot meaning like 25.
Well, more people than I've heard. I don't know. I guess if it's a gradient, which I'm still not.
Why did he
convinced
want
it
to
is.
talk?
It's just is or is not.
Probably to impress his land whale.
And that sums the
Right?
whole thing up. There is no gradient.
He's definitely
He
with
will
her
not
for her arms.
Right. Enough of that. You got something coming up next?
Well, we have something.
Wait, hang on. We got a couple super chats. Hang on.
Yeah, actually, before you do that, I got one from Rumble that I want to squeeze out over here.
Mm-hmm.
Bear in the Woods for 10. Let's give him proper.
Yeah.
We'll get there. To not allow me to super chat you. Bears don't moo, Mentis baby. He's right. I don't know why he was treating you like that. It's probably because you're a spicy little boy, which is fine. You like spicy little boys here. It's fine.
Yeah, YouTube was like swallowing my chat messages.
Okay,
well.
so this is an actual thing. Okay.
I don't know. I just logged into the chat and I'm like, no. And then like half of the messages like I sent just got like, will not be delivered.
Yeah, well, you guys are essentially peasants, and I'm the YouTube monarch, so none of these things happen to me. So I don't understand any of these.
Well, look, get on to the the YouTube emperor or whatever the hell it is that runs this stuff, right? And say that you need an exception.
That would technically be my god, wouldn't it? If I'm a monarch,
you need an
it's
exception.
very and here's the thing: it's very godlike because I'm a little confused about what I have to do. I try to. It's more like a Native American god where I do a rain dance over here, and I'm like, are we happy? Are we happy, God? It's not a Christian god. Me being a YouTube monarch is not a Christian god. I can guarantee you that.
YouTube flows through you like water through the buffalo. Is what you're basically saying, right?
Essentially, I'm trying.
So Caleb Knight for $250 check alternatives. Does he mean like check Rumble? Is that what he means?
Possibly. That could be what he meant.
Thank you very much, Caleb.
Good faith way of interpreting that. If we were like debating right now, I would say it was very good faith of you. Okay.
Deadpool Kid, DPK. For $5, here to show my support to my fellow Moose. Oh, well, that's delightful. We'll make sure to send that super chat straight to Israel for you.
Yeah, that goes to pay off your interest.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's right. Big Nick Digger, one of the OGs of the channel, for $10. Thank you very much, mate. Systemic racism exists because the system is racist. Wait.
I'm a new big brain university student, but I'm pretty sure that's called the tautology, which is hilarious because in the Andrew Wilson Papa Gut debate, it's bad because it's bad did come up in that debate. And boy, oh boy, fellas, were there, okay. The whole thing's tough, right? But that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here to handhold you, to show us all the funny parts and to give you a lot of context that wasn't included in the debate. So that's, I gotta just stick to it. I should just say it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow at a time. All right.
So is this like a video you've already done, or is this like an
no? This is a debate that Andrew Wilson had with. We have a new species of leftist. Okay, he's not a communist. He's not a commie, but he agrees with everything that they say socially. But he's still trying to be reasonable, like he's a capitalist. But he called Charlie Kirk a socialist. And he also said that Andrew Wilson isn't a white supremacist, but then also called him a white supremacist about 5 minutes later. And I don't think he even realized he did it. So it's like sometimes you're like, okay, he's bad faith. And then you're like, well, no, maybe he's just stupid. He doesn't realize it. But then you go, well, then he also realizes that he's stupid. So it's going to be kind of like an inception of retardation that I'm going to be psychoanalyzing this man.
So do you think it's just the commies who just get tired when they say they're commies and everyone's like, well, shut the fuck up, we're not going to listen to you. And so they're like, no, I'm not like, exactly a commie. I'm on tenterhooks now. I'm curious to see. You deserve what you tolerate for $5. Thank you, mate. It's bad because it's bad, because I say it's bad, because someone told me I have to believe it's bad, or I'm bad. The entire exchange.
Right. So, now imagine that guy is fat. He's Papa Gut. And he's debating Andrew Wilson. So he has no epistemology. So he doesn't know why he's saying what he's saying. But he's talking for 2 hours. So he's constantly contradicting himself, but he's also not realizing he's doing that. I think it's psychologically fascinating how someone can dress themselves in the morning and still be like that.
Do you think it's like the lack of an internal dialogue thing, right? They just sort of like talk and the words come out. It's like a human LLM kind of like thing.
Yes, I don't. This is what I say about James Lindsay. I think as he's talking out loud, he's just hearing it for the first time. Which, if you weren't able to internally, have a dialogue with yourself and work something out before you say it, you're going to be logically inconsistent constantly.
Oh, I hate people who talk like that. I used to talk to them at Speaker's Corner like all the fucking time, and they'd like literally make up their argument like as they were talking, right? And you'd just be like, oh god, just like yeah, right, okay, I understand. The Agile Walrus for $10 loony dollars. Thank you very much,
absolute loan, mate.
Today, I started my conversion to Orthodoxy and will renounce my Catholicism. So yes, Artie, your chat is full of Ortho bros. Listen to Fist and the bros. Get that feta. God bless. Oh man, congratulations. God bless you, Agile Walrus. I hope. Do you need to be? I guess you need to be rebaptized. Then
Now this is what you'll notice, right? Now a conversion was Jim Bob. A conversion was made. Okay, would like to let you know that a conversion was made. So I know that you want my conversion, okay? But we're still making conversions over here, buddy. Okay, I might be setting the Guinness Book of World Records, right? Most ortho conversions by an atheist over here. I don't know how I'm doing it.
It has to come from your heart. It has to be you. You know, you can't be coerced into it or any of that like kind of shit. Like, you know, look.
I don't know if Jim Bob agrees with you because Jim Bob is on a fucking crusade of converting people, dude. He is converting people like a motherfucker. I'll look at his chat. I'll look at his stream for 5 minutes and somebody hops in and being like, dude, I converted. Thank you. Like all the time. He's doing an unbelievable job.
Well, yeah, God bless you, Agile Walrus. Best of luck being a catcherman, and hope your baptism goes well, mate. Big time for $5. He's back. It's bad because it's bad. Jay Dyer, that's a circle.
What a great response to that. That's a circle.
Aaron Mate Discourse for $5. Thank you, mate.
Oh, you're proud?
Every week you guys interrupt my dive bar time. Very inconsiderate. Have a good stream, fellas. I'm going to talk to the lady 4 seats down. God, I miss dive bars.
Okay. Well, don't you pump a snotty one in her. All right. You got to get to know her first. See? I'm a good atheist. Well, I guess what I really should explain is that I'm an atheist that's been abstinent for almost a decade, and I fast. So, I mean, not fucking and fasting, that'll just get you closer to God, no matter what you believe in. I'm telling you, fellas, that right there clears up a lot of hard drive space in the brain. I'll put it that way.
Well, I mean, that's weird. You're more like a monk than most ortho bros.
Crazy.
That's very, very strange, mate. It's very, very strange.
Fucking weirdo, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, mate, you're one of a kind, right? Like, too strange to live, you know, too awesome to die, all that kind of like stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. This guy, Robert Kraft, he's a billionaire moo, okay? Now, if you can believe it, he's funding a campaign for the moos and the blacks to get together and talk about how much they want to murder every white person that's ever existed. Let's watch.
Kraft's personal mission is to make people aware of hatred toward Jews and others around the world. I see these things everywhere. His office scans the internet on this giant screen, searching for signs of anti-Semitism online.
I hate you because we're from different neighborhoods. I hate you because you look different.
Oh, yeah. That's what Snoop Dogg used to say to the Bloods when he was in the Crips. You know, just like that. Just get in their face and go, I disagree with the type of character that's in front of me right now. Why?
Because that is fundamentally the issue, right? That other people just look different, right? Not that they behave differently, speak differently, have different languages, different cultures, right? Like different methods of sort of interpreting the financial system. No, we're all basically the same, right? It's just skin deep, unless you're Moosh, of course, in which case it's like, you know, it's much more complicated, basically.
Always complicated.
He aired commercials during the Super Bowl. Kraft's vision is to make the Blue Square campaign reach as many people as possible.
We can look at a particular university campus and see what's happening there. We can isolate that and know how hate is being spread on that campus, so we can provide that intelligence to the administration on that campus.
Then there's the story about the rapper from a hardscrabble neighborhood.
A hardscrabble neighborhood? Hardscrabble? What? Is he playing Scrabble with only 3 letters at a time? What is he talking about?
So it's just a black neighborhood? Is that what he means?
Yeah, right. Okay, now let's see if the black guy did anything or if he didn't do nothing.
In North Philadelphia, Meek Mill was in a Pennsylvania prison when he reached out to Kraft.
I asked him when we got on the phone, I'm like, you should come see this. You should come see how it is.
I've never been to a jail. First time, and it was an amazing experience. It actually changed my life going to it.
After Mill was sent back to jail for a probation violation, Kraft paid him a visit because he thought that...
For a probation violation, okay? Hey, put that in one of your songs. That rhymes, okay? Probation violation. Huh. How to not violate your probation.
That would legit be a great rap song, you know.
Right.
Probation violation. It's part of the nation. Listening to this station, you know.
And by the way, so this is the owner of the New England Patriots. He loves partying with the black guys. Okay, this guy is a pussy hound, and he's like 80. All right.
Oh my God.
The sentence was excessive. Do you think the Reform Alliance can help a lot of people?
It's helping a
Of
lot.
course, reform, right? Reform Alliance, reform Moody, reform allianceism.
A lot of people, because it's cutting probation for a lot of people who don't deserve to be on probation.
The two went on to help launch the Reform Alliance, targeting the probation and parole system in America.
Oh, come on, seriously?
Look at that nightmare blunt rotation. Look at that. You don't
So
have Jay-Z when he was doing Big Pimpin', okay? You got Jay-Z now. You got billionaire Jay-Z.
So it's all about letting out more violent black criminals onto the streets who
I don't know how else to interpret it, Fist, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how to really spin this.
What the fuck is with these people, man? Is it because they just all live in like gated neighborhoods? Is it just because they like just hate normal white people? They're like, yeah.
Incredible. You don't find anything beautiful about this story. You must want every black person to swing from a branch. Wow, now I know a lot about you.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It added value in rooms that people couldn't really hear, because you see the newspapers say Meek Mill got locked up for a probation violation. You see that, he did bad, lock him up. But they ain't saying probation violation. I'm riding a motorcycle and I popped a wheelie.
I'm riding the motorcycle and I popped a wheelie while he's on probation. I'm sure he wasn't doing it on a fucking sidewalk or anything, right?
Oh my God.
He was firmly planted in the lane. He signaled before he did the wheelie and everything. It was a completely legal wheelie, all right? Unnecessary. Sure, I did a wheelie. They say I did bad, but I just do a wheelie.
I mean, I could have killed a bitch, but I didn't. I don't see why I was in jail.
You wanted to give people a second chance.
Well, a second chance or also a first opportunity. I know how I grew up and the opportunities available to me as a young man in a solid family. I want America.
That's nice, Robert. And a solid family, huh? Well, 6 years ago, he got a rub and tug from a notoriously sex-trafficked massage parlor. And can you believe the billionaire Moo, that's a philanthropist, also is involved in things like this?
The arrest of New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft, accused of soliciting prostitution in Florida, has once again raised the issue of human trafficking right here at home.
Lauren Linder spoke with a survivor and advocates on the front lines.
Human trafficking is a problem many people don't talk about, but it's a reality right here on the streets of Milwaukee and beyond.
They welcomed me, and that felt more than special to me.
At 16 years old, Nancy Yarborough was groomed into human trafficking.
The lure, the glitter, the glam, the money, the affirmations.
The other people's hair on your head?
She only wanted to feel loved and accepted, and that's what she was getting from her best friend's brother. But it turned into an ugly lifestyle.
He made my decisions for me. He put a quota on my head.
Oh my God. Did James Lindsay just post Evan Stack? Dude, Fist, can you check James Lindsay right now because he has me blocked? Just check. Because you said he was praising some going up, pushing back against some anti-white stuff. Just check that real quick.
It's something that happens in all Wisconsin counties. According to the Greater Milwaukee Task Force, 79% of reported cases in the state happen in Milwaukee. And the Medical College says from 2013 to 2016, 340 people under 25 were sex trafficked in the city. But the problem is receiving more attention with a high-profile case in the news. Michelle Peterson.
So they had cameras in this massage parlor to catch people, but they couldn't use it. They couldn't use the evidence.
In a fight to end exploitation, an anti-trafficking organization says this is a step in the right direction.
Cases like Robert Kraft really do a lot to expose what really is happening, that buyers are buying sex every single day.
The organization is also trying to prevent more.
So I just love that the billionaire Moo philanthropist, of course, getting assisted.
So Lindsay reposted someone who reposted Devin Stack talking to Eric Harville. I had to listen to it. It doesn't seem like he's you know how people will like.
Hey, this is our breaking news right now. Okay.
Yeah.
I
So,
I had heard it, so I wanted to make sure. But very quickly, somebody sent a donation through my donation link, which is where I get the least amount of money taken from me, from Caleb for $5.83. Have any of you looked at Kick's pay cut? According to the Arcist, split is the best. Kick does have the best split, but I don't. I don't know. I'm weird with Kick, and I also the one time I used Kick, I had like a ton of like spam in the Kick chat, but I could try and fire up Kick again, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, does Kick even? I guess they do political content now.
Yeah, but like but it's like it's just for streaming. Like they don't host videos. Like I think the stream just goes away on it. It's confusing. I want the stream to stay up.
Colin Christensen for $20.
Marley, mate.
What's up, my Noirs? You know,
slamming it on.
We're just chilling.
Beautiful, this guy. Thank you.
Streaming. Thank you very much, mate. What else we got? Jedpool Kid again for another $5. Thank you, mate. Remember, guys, a muse soul is more complex and different. Yeah, it's true. It's like a subtle sort of full-bodied wine, right? Unlike the Goyisha, who are, like just, sort of like a thin gruel, or perhaps a mass-produced beer, right?
Right.
Vexen for $5.
There he is.
Imagine how hard Scrabble would be if you couldn't read all of it.
Yeah, he came from a hard Scrabble background, He had to draw his own letters on the blank pieces to try to win the game.
His father
wasn't cheating.
His father kept making words with more than 4 letters. It was a terrible time. And Matty Ice for $5. Lindsay just posted Devon Stack. This year is going to be wild. Yeah,
that's what I was going to look at. But
I think James is about to discover that anti-white racism is a thing again, amazingly, after basically pretending that it isn't for a while. I guess he got the call. You know what I mean?
I mean, allow us to crawl our way to James Lindsay. So what's becoming a little more and more popular, right? Now, Yidiocracy, right, is they're going to try the same strategy. They've never been known for trying a different strategy, and really popular streamers are starting to uncover some things that are undeniable at this point.
Hope you are feeling better. Did we analyze the jerky? Why didn't we get jerky this week? I also added more to the jerky and ginger lemongrass. Thank you so much. Super cool. Beef jerky, delicious. Jojo is here and we'll walk the jerky over to Jeffrey. We'll walk the jerky over to Jeffrey. Why would jerky walk around? Why would it do that? Delicious lunch, beef jerky. Steve and I are very grateful above all for your friendship. Some of these emails are so wholesome, aren't they? It's too bad they eat kids. A small insulated bag would be fine. I don't remember checking it. No need for crazy amounts of ice. One should do. There is one bag of beef jerky in the fridge. Please get it. Also, Blank has more at her place. Please get it from her as well. I suppose it needs to be in a cold, insulated bag. Just wanted to touch base about jerky. J.E. said he was going to start eating regular food again, so he might be eating less jerky. He said he has 6 bags of it in a downstairs freezer. Why would you freeze jerky? Steve needs a 6 to 8 ounce portion of jerky. I gave you all the jerky.
Remember how they combed through 5,000 Proud Boys Telegram messages and they still couldn't fucking find a damn thing, okay?
Man.
The amount of things in these emails, dude.
I mean, everyone knows you have to freeze jerky, right? That's how you keep jerky in the freezer, right?
Now, Aiden Ross, I'm going to put in the Jake Shields category. Would you agree?
Yeah, I haven't really watched like much of his stuff. He's a bit too. Oh, he's just a bit.
Hey, fellas in chat, does Fist need to ever watch a single second of Aiden Ross? I'm curious if you guys think you would ever need to see that.
I just see occasional clips. What was the last
Cubic
thing
said he's too dumb to hate. Yeah,
I saw Gypsy Crusader match with him on like Megley or whatever it is.
Let me give you an introduction, okay? And this is the most bass you'll ever hear him.
Epstein religion. Yeah, dude, it just really gives us Jews a bad look. Like, why is every evil person in the world Jewish? Like, well, there's good ones. Like, I would say Adam Sandler's a good Jew. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I will tell you guys right now, with Jewish people, we're not bad people. We just figure it out. And I'm going to sound like a bitch right here. We're chosen. We are chosen people. We're chosen. So that's why we're so lucky. Epstein, religion.
Incredible.
I mean, first that you have to look that up, number one. And number two, he can only name like one good moo, right? Like,
yeah, but I mean, that in terms of him speaking sentences, he did a really, really good job. You have to realize that.
Right.
He very frequently has difficulty reading anything on stream.
Dude.
And
see,
so,
this is the low barrier to entry, right? That, like, you know, all these new technologies, like anyone literally can be like a streamer now. Okay, what horror is this you've got for us?
Very
now,
quickly.
mate?
Now, he mentioned Adam Sandler. Now, does it sound like Adam Sandler has some sort of firearm pointed at his head when he's asked about the Super Bowl performance?
What did you think after? Oh, Benito was unbelievable. Loose, happy, made everybody ecstatic. I loved it. And congrats to the bunny. He's a great human being.
Awesome.
Fly safe. Love you. Get home.
That's the good one. Okay. Interesting.
Mate, we had right
through that
two kinds of goy slop at the Super Bowl, right? Spoiled for choice, right? You had like the third worldist goy slop, and you had the Christian Zionist goy slop. I don't know, like, what everyone's complaining about, right? Like, you know, they lay on two different kinds of goy slop. Boy, honestly, you people are just so fucking.
Now,
dumb.
Alex, new GM, sent me this. Okay.
All right.
Now, this guy on the left, his father was a moo. He was raised Presbyterian. That's a thing.
If only your father is a moo, you're not a proper moo, right? Look, I don't make up the rules. That's how it goes.
And he went through a divorce with his wife. I don't know what happened. He has like a weather YouTube channel. He has like 800,000 subscribers. Okay. His content's been taking a little bit of a change from the weather because he started finding out about the moos and listen to him talk to Brett Weinstein, who's a reform moo, essentially progressive moo, right?
Yeah.
Get a load of this and the look on his face when he's like reliving the horror of what he's found out about the moose.
All right. Are there more things you want to say?
I don't know if I don't know if you want to dance across the line or not.
Which line is that?
Look at his face. Vietnam flashback, helicopters, people screaming, gun shooting.
Yeah.
The people on this planet who share our blood, who are really,
I love it.
The people on this planet who share our blood, who are really, really fucking shit up, bro.
That is the nicest way you can put it, buddy. I think his name's Ben Davidson.
Fuck,
the people
man.
that share our blood. That's a lie. Is that a libel? Is that a blood libel?
I don't know. I mean, I'm so confused, honestly, at this point, what any of this shit means, right?
His
like,
fatigue is coming from the inside out. He's like,
I mean, you know, I'm doing my history series at the moment, right? Of the history of the moose in.
And when can
England.
people catch that, by the way?
Actually, I'm glad you asked, Hardy. You can catch it at 8 p.m. London time on Mondays. You can find all of my links at newsfist.net. And the thing about covering the history of the moose, right, is it's just very anti-citrus, right? Like even if you take mooish sources, right? I mean, like, not obviously the sort of like BLM tier stuff where they're like, right, like we never did anything wrong and all of history is like basically fake. But you know, if you actually like look into it, it's just I just don't know what any of these things mean anymore, mate, is all I'm saying. Okay. Check out Fistery. You guys will enjoy it, I reckon.
Right. The ones who I want to knock the fuck out. The ones who people like us are not calling out enough. And I've started recently.
All right. I think I know where you're.
It's a secular, very small part of it. But just because they've got something in common with me doesn't mean I'm going to shy away from being like, these people are the scum of the fucking.
It sounds like behind closed doors, he's been heavily influenced to not say anything. What do we think, fellas? Are we getting those vibes from him at all, possibly?
Mate, he sounds fucking traumatized.
I want to talk to this guy People want me
Yeah.
to talk to other people sometimes. It's like, well, I want to talk to this guy, and I wouldn't mind talking to Remnant 777, but I understand that I'm a very nuclear person, okay? I would never.
Yeah. Yeah.
Earth.
Yeah.
And I'll defend that position all day.
Okay, but the problem with what you're saying is these people is very vague.
I know, but we can name them. It's not that challenging.
Well, no, that's where you're wrong. It is that challenging because
What the fuck kind of response is that? Yeah, I can name them. You really can't. Whoa. In what situation would I ever say that to you, Fist? If I was talking to Fist, and Fist was like,
he's like,
I can name them, and I'm like, oh, I don't think you can.
He's like, what do you mean by you people? Right? Like Brett suddenly got like, what do you mean by these people? Everybody knows what you're fucking talking about.
It is a group of people that does not abide by what we imagine our shared moral structure is.
I call them fake.
You have people who are betraying civilization, and I don't care what population they come from. Anybody who's doing that is a threat.
Yeah.
I think that that's any Marxist, any communist, and there are people who are pretending to be what.
Fellas, don't we all start with the Marxist and the communist? You know,
isn't
that where we all start?
It all comes back to Jesus, right? Those who call themselves moos and are not, and are the synagogue of summon. You're not supposed to say it. It just keeps coming up again and again. I wonder why that is, man. Right?
Well, this is the funny thing in the Mentis Way video where he's like he's acting like the Groypers made up the JQ. Whenever someone just says the JQ is dumb, it's just like it's older than our country.
Oh, the funniest thing about that, right? The actual term, the JQ, was invented by the Moos.
I keep hearing that, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm terrified to do any research because I don't have the time to get sucked down a rabbi hole. Okay, I can't. I'm just taking everyone's word on it, dude. I can't.
No, it's true.
I'll
right?
get sucked in.
It was originally the Moos in Germany being like, our situation is untenable, right? Like, what are we gonna? Because everything was like basically collapsing, and you got this situation. I guess now, like what we're seeing, where you had like a bunch of moves, because they basically pivoted and they said, well, the real problem is that we don't have our own country, right? And so therefore, like blah 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 blah. But it turns out that even with their own country,
I know, but dude, for me, it's worse than fentanyl. I can't be near the shit. I can't even look at it. I have to completely just turn it off and just believe what other people are saying.
So you're gonna start on your mooish fent zombie arc, is what you're saying?
I can't. It's endless.
We're gonna find you on the streets of Boston, right? Like doing like a zombie nod, right, with a handful of secondhand kippers.
Butter just dripping.
You gotta be like, hey man, scratch. You want to buy like some butter? Or a kipper? These are fresh kippers. Don't look at me like that. They're not stolen, man.
Don't look at me like that.
I don't think that they're upholding it at all. I'll go ahead and I'll say it. I think that they're fake Jewish people.
Said it.
I don't think that they deserve to be called righteous children of Israel at all. And it's amazing. You look at the most Orthodox Jewish people, and they're the exact opposite of these ultra-liberal, secular, Marxists.
He's just encountering reform moodyism. Okay, now he sounds pretty pissed, which is good, because that's how pissed you have to be in order to keep looking and go, well, why has it been allowed though? Why has it been allowed to happen? And why do all of these mooish institutions support them, Ben? I guess that's asking a question about the moves. Oh no, I'm doing the JQ. Oh god, oh, sorry, I was asking questions. There I go asking questions again.
Communist group of people, and they have to be identified for what they are. And the attempt to do so cannot just be hacked down with, oh, you're a Nazi, oh, you're anti-Semitic, because that's making it worse. That's creating Nick Fuentes right now.
Yeah, no, it creates the exact problem. And, you know, I'm reminded of a little piece of game theory from the Me Too movement, right? There was during the
Whoa, he's just gonna go. And then he's just gonna keep on doing his Ben Weinstein thing of, beating around the bush.
It's really complicated. Is he about to say it's like really complicated?
So I can pass this off to you.
It's actually really complicated. No, it fucking isn't at all.
Really complicated, Ben. You're gonna pass it off to me? Okay, no problem. I have
like 15, 20 minutes because then I'm ready for the meat.
Okay. So we got a couple of super chats.
Sure.
New GM for $5. Thank you, mate.
Playing Scrabble.
Playing Scrabble in Compton is like New Game Plus.
Absolutely.
Shit, man.
I don't know how anyone wins. I don't know what rule set they use. Prison rule Scrabble.
New GM again for another $5. I think we should give him a cheer, mate, because that's like $10 in total, and he's been very generous tonight. So hit the thing.
You know, he might be someone. Now I don't know too much about the guy, but he might be a little curious about the orthodoxy. He may not be the guy I was referencing over there.
Also curious. Excellent. Thank you, New GM. Oh shit, honored to contribute to the stream. Cheers. We're honored to have you. Thank you so much, New GM. Soul on the Lich for 100 asks.
100 asses.
100 ass. Jeff needed half a dozen 55-gallon drums of sulfuric acid for that freezer bacon. Looks like some of those island enjoyers like their threats cold. Yeah. So Bannon was talking about this. Apparently, when Epstein was like staying in his house, right, his hot tub got like melted with like acid, and now they're coming out and saying, "Oh no, look, he was probably just cooking meth in the hot tub."
Oh, thank God.
What the fuck is, mate? Like, oh, you know, like, look, it's not sacrifice or anything like that. He's probably just cooking meth. Mate,
think of how terrifying the truth is when that's the fake story.
Oh yeah, I know, right? Okay, so hang on, let me
the truth has to be significantly worse than the fake story, and the fake story was bathtub meth. This very rich man couldn't help himself, had to go and do it.
So wait a second. So wait, I've got a couple of Moo Watch clips for you.
Well, we are about to get fellas. We are riding the moos into the sunset for the rest of this. Okay, homeboy over here, Fist, put something on my radar that is absolutely delicious that we're gonna watch. What's it called?
The Religious Freedom Commission, or do you mean the
Religious Freedom Commission?
Yeah, or do you mean the anti-racism metaverse?
Both.
Got both of them. Right. Okay. So I haven't heard from Michael Moore for a while. I don't know if this is this is during the Biden era, but you know, check it out.
What is the crime? Because according to my knowledge of history, the enemies of Israel who have been persecuted, the Israelis, the Jewish people of this world have been persecuted for 5,000 years.
5,000
years. Most of the persecution has come from white, European-centric Christians. That's been your enemy. No Palestinian helped to build Auschwitz. No Palestinian stood on the docks of New York City when boatloads of Jewish refugees trying to escape the Holocaust came here to be protected by this country and were turned away at the docks in New York and sent back to Germany to die. No Palestinian did that. No Palestinian ran the Spanish Inquisition. Your enemy is not the Palestinian people. It is white, Christian, European people.
I'm sorry. You have to pause this right now. Now, outside of Israel, half of the world's moos live in Christian countries. About maybe 40-45% are white Christian countries. Like, that's where half of them live. So that's just and I'm an idiot, and I know that. So that's just an odd thing to say. But I love 5,000 years ago. I just think, why does the numbers always get higher? Why does that always news to me?
why not 6,000 years ago? Hell, why not 10,000 years ago? Right? I mean, like, you know, if we,
Where
look,
does it end?
older is gooder. Okay, right? We've established this, right? The older a thing is, the gooder it is. Okay, by definition, right? Because the ancients have so much wisdom to teach us, Artie, right? That's why we need to prioritize indigenous ways of knowing, right? And look deep into the past of Africa to figure out how to, you know, build like stuff like telecommunications infrastructure, right?
Yeah, I don't want to be rude, but I don't want to. I don't care. I'm sorry. I know that, you know, might take you back a little bit, but I don't give a shit.
Last 2,000 years. And let's just call it for what it is. But why are they in an open air prison? Why are 2 million of them in an open air prison?
I mean, if what Michael Moore says is correct, right?
Yeah.
And that's what they did to the Palestinians, then what do you think they're going to do to the whites? Just saying, right? Okay, so hang on. Now, this is cancer, quite frankly, right? I don't know if Ameribros, like, if you appreciate like just how bad shit is in the UK, but I'm gonna show you. We're gonna go on a journey, right, into the anti-racist metaverse.
Bro,
right
we
now,
went to war over tea where I'm from. Okay, what is it going to take for you guys? What is it going to take? Did it just back out?
Yeah, no, hang on. I gotta.
Okay, yeah.
I gotta like share the Chrome window because of course it won't run on Brave because it's, you know, made by the government. So
is
it's
is this like what you're going to be sentenced to? Like when you're in the pods, this is all the only entertainment you're going to have?
Yeah. For like 12 hours a day, I'll be like trapped in the anti-racist metaverse. Now, I don't think the audio will work on this. Can you just tell me if it comes through or not?
I'd rather talk over it. I can't imagine.
Navigate in the anti-racism metaverse.
I can hear it kind of like a little bit. As
right. No. Okay. Right. So,
yeah.
Okay. So
that's horrific.
Basically, right, this is the government of Wales who like made this like insane shit, right? And it is literally race now, VR, right?
Now, this is what happens if you're caught thinking the N-word, right?
Yeah. Okay. Now, if it'll work, right? Of course, because it's coded by the government, it's complete and utter trash.
But it really is incredible how ineffective the government is, because this is like Nintendo 64 graphics, and somehow it seems like it takes 100 times the resources of any other thing to load, dude. It's so perfectly inefficient for the government, dude.
It keeps lagging out.
It's so heavy and laggy, and the graphics are like whatever golf game I got on Windows 95. Oh no, there was Hover. Do you guys ever have Windows 95? And it came with Weezer's Buddy Holly on it to show you what it could really do. I remember that. I've seen Buddy Holly by Weezer, that music video, probably 800 times, because it was one of the only videos I had. I also had Encarta 96. I was excited to look at an encyclopedia because I could all of this knowledge and information.
Oh, for God's sake!
I'm trying to run some TV.
No, I managed to get it to load before. I didn't want to keep it like running in the background because like fuck knows how much like system thing it uses, because it's probably coded by cheese. But it's just like, look, you know, you can go into like this crappy virtual environment. You can get lessons on you know, black feminism. They've got like a whole thing on like black hairstyles. It's amazing, right? Now you might think to yourself, well, why the fuck is Wales doing? Here we go. It's loading, bros.
Here we go.
Okay. Enter our name.
I want you guys to really like think of how long it took to load and get a load of these graphics in the age of AI, by the way. Okay.
So welcome to the anti-racist metaverse, bros. Right? Who we got? We got Malcolm X. Oh, that's a bit spicy, right?
Right.
Nelson Mandela. You know,
I know, but
revolutionaries.
They just made it like they couldn't even make the picture on the wall like talk, right? If you're going to be utilizing, this is the creativity that the government has with problem solving.
Now look at this, right?
I'd rather not.
You're taking the whites and you're
Ah.
splitting it into the rainbow. Oh,
Okay, that's like
mate,
Pink
come on.
Floyd, Dark Side of the Coon right now, right?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we'll go into this room, right? I hope everyone watching, I hope you're like ready to get some edumacation up in here.
I
right?
love when they make it realistic, like it's still under construction for some reason. This is all we have. This is how long it took to load, and this is all we have.
So you too can do a thing on Black feminism, which is an international movement that has been shaped by feminists of various backgrounds, not whites, obviously. Yet it is typically learned and discussed as though it were a movement shaped predominantly by white feminists. Yeah, fellow white feminists. This is not only an incorrect way of teaching feminism because it leaves a gap in our knowledge base. Oh, look at my fucking like just so you click
But
on
it's just text though. Why do you need need this very heavy and on the back end? Fucking
So this is the this is the education room. But what I really want.
Do you want to know what this is? This is like you ever see when they try to build a plane in Africa or a helicopter? That's what this feels like right now.
Yeah. It's like cargo cult metaphor. Basically, I mean the funny thing is like did they actually have any like self-hating whites to like help code this? They're like, oh yes, I want to code this virtual environment about the literal like culture erasure and genocide of my people. This is the best part.
There is
right?
such a thing as hating yourself so much that you can't really do anything. I think they hit that threshold.
Okay, so this is the immersive learning center, bros.
Okay,
right?
right.
Look, they're doing some mathematics, right? There's
Fibonacci
a
sequence, nice.
Right? Okay, like oh mate, look, they got mathematics. Look how badly designed this is.
It looks like it's under construction. It looks like they're going for that level of realism. Oh, I love the arrow on the ground. Yeah,
And because
where else are you gonna go?
and because you can't like turn, you have to use the
What is
mouse
it?
to turn.
Yeah,
It's
and there might be somebody else walking the other way, so you know which side to be on, right?
Now, this is the hair and beauty section. They
Oh,
literally have a
no.
whole section just on black hairdos. Look at this bullshit.
This
Black cosmetics for you all. Shit.
Why not just put a black person behind a piece of glass at this point in the thing? Why beat around the bush like this?
Because black is beautiful. Globo homo art style, of course, right?
Nice.
I mean, look at my god, look at this stuff, right? The House of Inventions. Oh, well, since it's still Black History Month, we got to check that out, bro, right? Oh my god, this is just so much cancer.
I can't believe
All
how
right.
heavy. Oh my god. Oh, what did he invent?
This is
What did he
Latimer.
invent? The Dindu muffler?
He done invented the light bulb and shit. Don't you know?
Are we in like a? I'm sorry. Are we in like a different reality?
Right?
Where he invented
some
the light bulb?
sticks, right? Right? The Lambobo bone.
Oh, wait a minute. No, go back to the sticks. What are the sticks? We got some sticks. What is that supposed to be?
It's a small piece of a baboon fibula that was discovered in the Bombo Mountains in Swaziland in 1970, discovered by white people.
Oh, that's how
obviously,
they
right?
jump so high. Okay, I understand.
The bone features 29 markings that are believed to be a lunar calendar, created by the Sand people over 35,000 years ago. Wow, bro, it's a bone.
Does it say sand people?
Sand people. See, look, that's actually a lunar
sand
calendar.
people.
That's a lunar calendar, bro.
Yeah,
Right?
I love that. And we have some sticks. Very nice.
This is the world's first flying machine, right? Invented
Whoa.
by a Muslim, right? Thank you very much.
Oh, so this
Abbas
is just
Ibn-
not white people. That's all it is.
Yeah. It's just like
Okay.
literally the whole thing, right? Do you want to see the heckin' wholesome mathematics?
No, I don't. Show it to me.
Section. Check it out, mate. Right?
Okay.
This is where maths.
Ah, yes. We all know the Vietnamese created that shape. Not no white person created this.
Anti-racist Wales, a history of number systems. Lesson 1. Gee.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I can't believe
2026 erase oddity.
Oh my god! Like it's just so fucking bad, man.
Oh yeah, they didn't even spell it. It said what? Mathamat. Yeah, they didn't even spell that correctly. Or is that their language? Is what it is?
Oh, I don't know, mate. I mean, it's just basically like this is just literal white erasure is what it is, right?
Okay. All right, dude.
We done?
Let's get.
We done? Okay.
You
okay,
paid.
right.
You paid your dues.
Right. So I hope chat. I hope you have been educated and systematized, right, to understand that the white man's history is a lie, right?
That wouldn't be impressive, even if it was 15 years ago. That wouldn't be impressive. I'm trying to think of what year that belongs in. I don't even know if it belongs. I don't even know if it belongs in 2005. Now that I think that is not impressive even 20 years ago. If my memory serves me correctly.
Wales is fucking cancer. It's sort of basically kind of like the Canada of the UK. You know what I mean, right? Like it's just they've just completely
Nobody wants to be that.
Completely like cut.
No offense, Canadians.
It's horrible, mate. It's horrible. Right. So hang on. So wait, what else have we got? Where's my other?
Let's get soupy with it. We're good.
Okay. Let's get spoopy.
Get to that meat.
So we do have a Lindsay. Hang on a second. I got to change the. So all of a sudden, Lindsay has discovered that anti-white racism exists again.
Something's going on with him.
Something's going on. I think he might have gotten the call, right? Like someone's like, yeah, actually, James, looks like we're gonna need the white people. Oh, I can't even like read his shit anymore, right?
Why do you do this to yourself? This is your big brained idea, and as soon as you look at it, you're like, oh god, what an eyesore.
I just, it's not just racism, it's race communism. Yes, thank you, James, right? Like, thank you for joining us in 2024, right? Like, oh my god, did you know race communism is a thing? Really? Wow, I never fucking heard of that, right? Does he reference Lenin? Fuck no, right? He only references Mao because fucking, for some weird reason, he's like,
got a Mao
stuck
boner.
on China, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh god.
Well, because with the moves, it's what about Iran, and it's what about China, and it's what about Russia. Those are the three, I believe, that you're allowed to.
He's basically saying that the Civil Rights Act needs to be reformed. I think it needs to be fucking abolished, personally, right? Like,
Hey, wait a minute, you're a foreigner. Only I'm allowed to say it.
Yeah, well, look, it's my opinion as a foreigner, right? Like, look,
I forgot everyone can have an opinion. You're right.
I'm allowed to express sort of my wish that your beautiful country is not despoiled like the one that I'm in.
Just in case you want to come here.
That's I think that's like a heckin' wholesome chungus thing to say, right?
How pissed off are you going to be that by the time you get here that it's turned into the UK? How pissed would you be?
Mate, just no, right? Like, no. We're not fucking doing that, right? There are already enough parts of America, right, that are doing a heckin' wholesome chungus race communism, okay, right? just leave Idaho the fuck alone, right? And so, okay, so we're going to go into this, like, this commission on religious freedom or whatever the fuck it's like called, right? But before we do, right, I couldn't really do this without, something from Dinesh D'Souza.
This is great.
Right, like, the man who got Sam Francis canceled, one of the greatest, like, fucking modern political theorists in America. But, he did do a bit of a racism, so it's only appropriate that his entire life got destroyed. Literally the man who invented anarcho-tyranny. And Dinesh D'Souza was the dude who did it, right?
Dude,
So-
Mike Huckabee, can we agree, is James Lindsay if he was a politician?
Oh, yeah.
Even just the general shape and the undying, every word out of his mouth, dude, has to be stuck in their toes.
If the Jews didn't kill Jesus, who did? We all did. It's ridiculous.
We all did.
We all did.
We all did. We all held the cross. We all did the nails. We all participated in the Sanhedrin.
I swear, the only point of this is to make atheists out of people like me, right? When I hear this, I'm just like, oh, fuck that, dude. This fucking guilt shit. Like, these fucking people are crazy. I swear, that's why they do this.
When the Sanhedrin judged that he should be put to death, really? All the Gentiles were there as well. Are you fucking kidding me?
Ridiculous thing to say the Jews killed Jesus. We could argue the Romans killed Jesus. I mean, technically, the Romans carried out the sentence. It wasn't the Jews who did it. They didn't have the legal authority. That's why.
Pilate wouldn't have. Pilate didn't.
It's not that they didn't have the legal authority. It's because they threatened like a bloody fucking uprising.
That is the most mooish defense. It couldn't have been. We didn't even have the authority. So it's just like, it's not that it wasn't. We didn't even have the. Well, what if you did have the authority though? So let's ask that question.
Yeah,
we didn't even have the authority, right? How these questions, these statements are phrased.
Yeah. Man, if the Romans hadn't been there, he would have been like killed by age 6, probably, right? You know about the massacre of the innocents, right?
Of course I do. I'm very studied on history.
Herod found out like from a prophecy, right, that that Jesus was going to be born, and so he ordered like every single male child under the age of 2 to be killed, like Gentile child in all of Judea.
Yeah.
Right. Because that's that's what you do when you're like a highly just and sort of like moral people, right?
Want to do it. He kind of reluctantly went along. It seems like Caiaphas, I mean, the high priest pushed for it and Pilate acceded. So even though the Romans had to give it the go ahead, if it were up to them, they wouldn't have done it.
That may be true. But in the simple answer to the question, who killed Jesus? I would say I did. If you had not said it, you wouldn't have had to die. But the Bible.
Well, there we go, bros. Like, it was Huckabee's fault.
Could you be a gooder goy than saying that? How much they just elated hearing that being said?
I feel like that is like the goodest goy you could possibly be.
He literally said that he killed Jesus. Literally, the words that he said, they're like, ugh. I'm sorry. They didn't go, they went, ugh. Oh, yes. Ugh.
This is like the rank monotheism that you see from Judaism, right? Christianity believes that there are 2 forces, right? There is good and there is evil. It is Judaism that is like there is just one force that is both good and evil. Like,
okay,
God, all of us. There's no exception. So if that's the case, and that his death was the only means by which there would be a pure enough sacrifice to bring redemption, then how do I blame just one group of people, be it the Jews, the Romans, or for that matter, the Greeks or anybody else? The Bible speaks in terms very clearly that his life was not taken from him. He gave his life.
There are multiple times where God has a plan to punish the Jews, and it says that God used the
I'm sorry,
Assyrians,
pause it.
Babylon.
If his life was not taken from him and he gave his life, then how the fuck did you kill him? This, like that right there, I would see shit like this like 20 years ago and just go, these people are what the fuck are they talking about? It never,
yeah.
All of this stuff is meant to create atheists. I don't know what else.
Yeah, no. And I totally agree, right? You're an atheist looking at this and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Every time.
Like, it just sounds like complete like brain idiocy. Like I'm not surprised.
Dude, when I used to go on road trips, I would always put on the AM radio, the local station, and I would always go to the God channel, and I'd be driving with my friends. And, for 5 minutes, it would go by. I go, okay, that's a good point. That's a good point. And then they would say some crazy contradictory shit like what you just heard. And I would go, and that's where they lose me. I would always give it a chance to. I would listen, like, okay, this makes sense. Then they would say something like that. I go, and there's where they lose me, right about there.
Yep.
The Assyrians are my rod and my staff in punishing Israel. Perhaps God was using the Jews to carry out his plan. But still, they did it, and they deserve to be punished for it. Is that wrong?
To be blunt, yes, because God did, in fact, allow things to happen to the Jewish people as judgment. Now, was that because God hated the Jews? No more than it would be that the reason I disciplined my children when they were small is because I hated them. No, I wanted to steer them in a direction in which they would live a life that would reflect the values that I wanted to instill in them. And
So are you implying, Mr. Huckabee, that if the Moos do not behave in such a way, they might get punished by God? That seems a bit anti-citrus to me, bros.
Look at his face. Look at his face. He's imagining right now. Oh, if I don't get over on the goy, they're gonna take all my riches.
Man. Some of the shit coming across my fucking timeline is just insane. It's just moves like just speaking.
I
Like
know,
it's not.
X just mainstream 4chan now. The shit that comes up on mine too is and I try to collect as much as I can for the stream, dude. It's crazy.
You don't even like. They just say it. Like it's so. Oh my god.
If you have an American goy or goya, if they are religious in Christianity, they are more wicked than someone that is secular. It's very interesting. Someone who follow a man-made book and admire JC and follow the New Testament claiming it's the book of God is actually a bigger criminal than someone that lives like an animal. Doesn't search for God, doesn't care about religion, just try to be a nice person and that's it. Why? Because he has one extra crime that this one doesn't have. They both do not follow the divine laws, the original divine laws, but the secular one did not claim that there is a fake prophet or son of God or this is a divine book. He never claimed such thing. The Christian claimed this false information. So he actually modified the truth of the holy truth of God. Same thing Islam. A regular Arab that is not religion in Islam is actually better than someone who follows Islam. Why? Because someone who follows Islam and a fake prophet is worse than someone who doesn't follow any religion. Someone who replaces God with a fake, or his real prophet with a fake prophet, or the real Torah with a fake book, obviously is a bigger criminal than someone who doesn't believe in anything. Either way, both of them are criminals, but just one of them is a little bit worse than the other. And that's the point here.
Yeah. So, you know, like, why would they be promoting atheism? Well, I mean, I don't know. It's very complicated, right?
It do be complicated.
And this is just insane. Like this dude is clearly insane. Just look at the body language on this motherfucker.
Now I'm gonna guess really. Hold on, I'm gonna guess very baritone voice. Okay.
I mean, I don't know, mate. Is this guy Moorish? I'm having a bit of a hard time, right?
Whoa, are you asking a question there, Fist? Hey, buddy, easy with
it's
the
a bit off.
questions, right?
I can't really tell, bro. You know.
Argue that the Goyim are going to be annihilated. That's not really
that's
an option
about right.
in all the nevuahs, all the prophecies. And not only Goyim as individuals, you could say that we broke down their nationalities and they're all a bunch of Yechidim running around. No, as nations even. As Goyim, they're gone. Their personality, they're as they exist bifnei atzmam, as they would exist independently of Klal Yisrael, they don't exist. They're done. In modern terminology, they call it cultural genocide.
Rocking, dude.
There's a term for it.
What is the rocking back and forth?
By the progressive.
I don't know. It's fucking creepy though. Like
Yes.
honestly, right? It's like the more like excited they get, like the more they like rock back and forth. It's like very, very creepy. Like
You'd be an awful poker player. He's very excited when he has a good hand.
so it turns out cultural genocide is in fact a thing. Well, I'm amazed. I was told that was just a conspiracy theory, bros.
And I mean, pause it very quickly.
The opinion.
So
Sorry?
I said pause it very quickly. So when what is his name? Tyler Oliveira did the visited a Moo community that were all on like government welfare, right?
Right. Yeah.
He goes into a room and it's a bunch of guys that look like that. So when you see people that look like that in a room studying, and that's where that's what they do every day is they study. That's their job.
Yeah.
This is what they're thinking, and this is what they're conspiring to do. This is what they're learning, and this is what they're teaching each other on our tax dollar.
There's a term for it by the progressive.
This is the giddy merchant.
Well, cultural genocide. The opinion who says v'karka kol b'nei sheis that they'll be annihilated v'slentazai, they basically learn there's going to be cultural genocide. You know what? The goyim as they exist as goyim b'fnei atzmam, that's done with. Batul u'mavutul. That's why it says kol b'nei sheis. Every individual, no survivors. Not only as a nation they'll cease to exist, even as individuals. And it has to be gone. The first way, in other words, you have to be totally nullified to the Jewish people, and there's no redemption for you as an individual, as you exist in your own existence, in your own personality. That independent existence itself wants to serve the Yidden, wants to serve Hashem, recognizes Hashem. Our God.
Does it? Does this feel like a feminine version of Islam at all to anybody?
Yeah. I can see what you're getting at there.
A little bit, right? Like they just commit no redemption and they want to serve us, kind of thing. Really reminded me of Islam, or elements of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of Moodyism in Islam, like, you know.
Love is also going to be the God of the Goyim. Hashem Echad. All the Goyim, and everyone's going to serve Hashem together and transform the tongue of the Goyim. This is the concept. In the Mems, when the Rebbe said we have to work on the Goyim, and we have to understand that the Goyim have to recognize the Shav Mitzvah Noach and start keeping them. And there's ways to bring Mashiach. Get in the Goyim to keep Shav Mitzvah Noach. We'll be Zoich and we'll have 2,800 Avadim. Mashiach comes, whoever Zard and Tzitzis will have 2,800
turning on a light
Avadim.
switch during Shabbat.
10
pussy.
people will hold on from all the Lashonis of the Goyim. Ve'hachaziku b'knaf ish Yehudi. These are the words of the pasuk. They will grasp onto the corner, the kanaf of an ish Yehudi. Lamer saying Nelcha Yimachem.
Inspiring. You want to do some soups?
Yeah, I just wanted to cover this like briefly. E. Michael Jones like put this out. As I've said before, as Protestantism disappears, the fundamental conflict at the dawn of America's Fourth Republic will be the battle between Catholics and Moos over whether the moral law is universal and binding for all men, the Catholic position, or whether one group, by virtue of its DNA, is above the moral law and can commit any crime to preserve its hegemony over the rest of us. This battle is now taking place in Texas, and he is talking about the thing that we're about to cover next. Frankensteak for another $20. Holy!
Ooh, you snuck it up on me there.
Look at him go! Hey guys, there's a wholesome short interview from a lovely elf woman called Barbara Lerner Spector. You should check it out sometime. Well, actually, Frankentech, I have been reliably informed that Europe will not survive unless people watch this interview.
Well, look at this. Hey, let me give Homeboy a quick 36 seconds of this right now, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Hang on, wait.
I think there's a resurgence of anti-Semitism because at this point in time, Europe has not yet learned how to be multicultural. And I think we're going to be part of the throes of that transformation, which must take place. Europe is not going to be the monolithic societies that they once were in the last century. Jews are going to be at the center of that. It's a huge transformation for Europe to make. They are now going into a multicultural mode, and Jews will be resented because of our leading role. But without that leading role and without that transformation, Europe will not survive.
That
Why
is absolutely like, dude, mustache man. I don't agree, but I get it. Okay, because come on, that's insane, dude.
I mean, why will Europe not survive without multiculturalism,
I know,
right?
The most annoying part is that, and they're gonna resent us. It's like, you think? You fucking
You
psycho?
think?
You fucking think? Sorry, I resent you.
Double for $5. Thank you, mate. You'll see Discord is requiring photo ID now. No connection to its new Ishmaeli CEO. Yeah, I have seen that. I think people are just going to start migrating elsewhere, although I don't know exactly like where to go. Just by the way, you should know, right? Discord got hacked I think it was like less than a year ago and leaked like 70,000 like photo IDs. So yeah, I'm very, very, very confident, right? Warden's Man for $2.
Thank you, Rob.
What? No Hall of Magical Ninjas?
Nope.
They really should.
They're waiting
really
for a
should have one.
firmware update that'll come in 3 years.
I mean, there's more of the anti-racist metaverse that I haven't explored. It's the controls are so dog shit, and it's like PS1.
That was, it was a joy to navigate around. What are you talking about?
Oh God, man. It's just so. What I want to know is how much money do you think that fucking thing cost? Right? I bet they dropped like £1 million like making that like abomination, right? Oh my God. Banana Kong for $5. Thank you, mate. First timer here. Can't wait to see Austin Powers, Fat Bastard versus Logic and Reason. Is he talking about Papa Gut?
Okay. He may have came from that. Ah, yes. Very good catch.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Dude, it's gonna take some prep because it's, as always, it's kind of tough to get through. But there's a lot of gold in there, and I did some digging, and I found some things that would be, this is no one else is gonna be able to watch it. It's behind two different paywalls. So your boy over here, okay, is curating it, navigating the commentary community well enough to be able to put it on YouTube for everybody.
Very nice. Deadpool Kid for $3.80. I don't know. Is that a dog whistle? $3.80. Does that mean anything?
If I was a paranoid, neurotic sack of shit, I'd probably think that,
One word, Pharisees. So sick of evangelicals. Yeah, you and me both, mate. Thank you very much. Torch of Wyatt. How you doing, mate? For $5.
Thank you, bruv.
Modifying scripture. The Talmud probably has something to say about this. Well, I don't know. The Talmud's very, very complicated, and of course, as a Gentile,
are we talking about gender or Moodyism right now?
I can't understand, right? Because I just, I become completely incapable of like reading, right? Honestly, though, mate, right? Like reading the Talmud is like fucking brain cancer, dude, right? Like, I just, mate, like, thank you very much. The new GM for $5. Thank you, mate. Rocking giddily talking about the destruction of people is textbook demonic possession.
Dude.
Just saying, for real.
As an atheist, you guys got me on board with the demons. Now I'm looking for the opposing force of that, okay, fellas? The demons, you've sold me on the demons, okay?
Christ is that opposing force.
I've heard.
Just saying, mate. Arakin Green Moon for 20 knock. Thank you very much. Me and my group are likely moving to Root.
Root app?
Yeah, Root.
I've
is
never
like
heard of that. Really?
Yeah, I should fucking like move as well. Apparently you can clone your server over there and stuff. So
ooh.
Yep.
Thank you, homeboy. Very much appreciated.
Bloody Cupcake for $10.
Cheeks.
I'm a godless atheist, and I think the future of Christendom will be orthodoxy. When I first saw it pop up, I wrote it off as a fad, but its growth has been very interesting. Yeah. Why do you think this is? Because Catholicism and Protestantism have been thoroughly subverted and destroyed. Is why, right? Like Orthodoxy is the only Christian tradition that has basically maintained actual Christianity. You can't have fucking women priests and like, we love the gays and we love communism and like let's rewrite the Bible to like get rid of all the bad stuff about the moose. That's not fucking Christianity, right? So
also like it's a misnomer. We think of Orthodox Moodyism and we apply that to Orthodox Christianity. None of us have been taught about. We just hear Catholic and Protestant, essentially, for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we assume it's like very strict, like Moodyism is. But oddly enough, the Orthodox actually have like senses of humor. They don't lecture you. They really sincerely just want what's best for you. And divine liturgy seems to be just a great celebration of God. They have the most simple and direct interpretations of Jesus Christ I've ever heard in my life. Just universally, whenever I listen to him talk about it. So it seems like it is the OG. It's the least it's unbastardized, essentially.
Yeah, and it's got such a long tradition, and the Orthodox churches are autochthonous, which means they're self-headed. So it's not like the papacy where you can just subvert sort of one governing structure and everything under it goes with it. I'm sure, in fact, I know certain groups are trying to subvert the Orthodox Church. Like right now, they've started by taking over the Ukrainian Orthodox Church, and they're going to try and like use that to spread into the American Orthodox Church. But I think a lot of people are going to see them coming, to be perfectly frank.
Well, that's really interesting about Orthodox churches, where it's almost like they understand that there's a locale and a type of people, and it needs to be adjusted depending on where you are.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Okay, so let's let's get on with it.
All right, so there's a lady, all right, and she was interviewing this lady here, okay? I'll never remember her name. Carrie old pre-Gene Baller over here, okay? First of all, why can we just have men? It's always women. It's hard meat, Dylan. It's always a woman. Thank God this one's white. But I want to show you how she was calling out. She was supporting marriage between a man and woman. She's been Catholic for, I believe, almost 20 years. And she was in a Miss America pageant as well. Let me show you how old this is.
Say competition. Carrie Prashon is representing California. Woot to the woot. Except not so well. A little bit of a controversy ensues because she got a question from Perez Hilton, who was one of the judges. Well, let's watch. Perez did not look pleased in that last shot. Did you see that? Later on his blog, he called her a dumb bitch.
So how the left and right handle political happenings showcased right there. Now, I just want to start this off with our boy, Shabbos Kestenbaum, baby.
Oh, it's Shabbos Kestenbaum. You know it means a chestnut tree, actually. It's a very, very old and prestigious Jewish name. He's fucking everywhere now, mate. Right? Like, remember,
I actually like the way that we did this because you showed like the behind the scenes, right?
Mhm,
Now this is forward facing, so this is the most digestible, best faith interpretation that we're going to hear right now because we know it's way worse when no one's around.
Right.
Answer my question about the rabbi. Were his statements anti-Semitic?
If he's applying a double standard, then yes.
Can I answer the
Yeah,
question?
please, thank you.
Are you referring to Rabbi Shapiro of the Empty Wagon?
Yaakov Shapiro.
Yeah, so he's an incredibly discredited rabbi. I think he lives in Lakewood. He wrote this book called The Empty Wagon, where he deliberately mistranslated works from rabbinic sages like Elchanan Wasserman, for example. That's why he doesn't have a community of his own, his own synagogue, because I encourage everyone, learn Hebrew. He deliberately mistranslates the text. Whether it's anti-Semitic or not, I mean, who really cares? That's kind of the point we were discussing earlier. You can hate Jews.
I encourage everyone, learn Hebrew. No, thanks. I'm good, mate.
No, but also they don't, because what's happened before when people have learned Hebrew and read their text.
Yeah, that's a hard pass. I saw what happened to fucking Luther and his circle when he started like getting into that stuff. Like,
are you sure you want us to learn that language, bud?
Mate, I'm good. I don't need to learn the moon runes, right? So it's a hard pass.
Jews or not hate Jews, I don't really mind. What I do mind is when people violate the law, and that's why this commission is so important. So hate Jews, think they control the banks, think they have horns. I mean, go for it. I don't mean you, but one can go for it. But what matters is when they're violating the law, and that's what the purpose of this commission is. So
this is a reoccurring theme that you're going to hear, okay? Now, we see what the left got this from, how words are violence. Now, they can't just come out and say that, right?
Mhm.
So what they do is, in their same sentence, they imply that a law is broken, right? Now, when a law is broken, we don't call it anti-Semitism. We call it the law that is broken. Okay.
Right.
To assault someone. That's how is that sublimated into anti-Semitism?
This wouldn't have anything to do with sort of excessive legalism and like, you know, the worshipping of the law itself rather than the result that the law is supposed to, facilitate, right? I mean,
Yeah,
there's
the people that think that also don't have it out for white people, right?
There's no group of people that like literally just worship the law itself rather than the things the law is supposed to do, and as a result have to like invent like a billion loopholes to get around it. I can't even imagine such people, right?
Yeah, I mean, imagine having all the practice of deceiving your own perceived God and then applying that to reality. Like, there's got to be a way. No, it's a rule. It's like, yeah, I know it's a rule. I don't think you do, because I know after you say I know it's a rule, you're going to say but, and you're going to try. No, I'm not going to do that. However,
They're violating the law against Jewish students or Muslim students or Christian students. That is when it becomes a federal issue. So as it pertains to foreign countries, look, in Saudi Arabia, it is literally illegal to practice Christianity, but interestingly, that was not asked. So if we want to apply the same standard against all foreign countries, then absolutely any country that discriminates against people based on their religion should probably not be.
Doesn't this feel kind of like James Lindsay doing a roundabout? You're like, where is this plane going to land, right? How are we going to bring it back to anti-Semitism right now?
Considered an American ally, but I find the fixation on Israel exclusively, when that is the only country in the Middle East that guarantees free access to Jews, Christians, and Muslims. I encourage all of you, next time you're in Israel, go to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Go where Jesus was baptized. Go to Capernaum.
Mate, we need a new version of Woe's Razor, right?
Okay.
Because
Woe's Law, yep.
Woe's Law, right? Like, because this is literally exactly the same thing. It's just them deliberately, like, I'm not even sure if they're pretending, right? They just don't understand what the fuck you're like.
That's the scary
talking
part,
about.
is you don't know if the person's pretending. You would rather they were doing it intentionally.
I don't.
But when that lady's like, and they're gonna resent us, it's like, well, like, there's no shame or guilt, meaning there's no path to redemption, right? That's always the crossroads that we're at.
Well, I mean, if you're Milish, the road to redemption is through like animal sacrifice. Or
I forgot.
I mean,
I forgot.
I mean, obviously, right? Like, I'm not a Talmudic scholar, but that does seem like a rather, demonic way to do things, right? Like the way you appease your god is through animal sacrifice. I mean,
I'm just thinking, because like a lot of this was done through like debate with them, how they came to these conclusions, right? And I felt like they really hit a wall. There must have been a while where they're like, oof, we're really hitting a wall right now. And one of them was like, put it in a chicken. They were like, put it in a chicken. Put it in a chicken. Anyone? Everyone? Put it in a chicken. We're going to put it in a chicken. How do you come to that? What is the history of putting in a chicken?
Put it in a chicken and make it gay.
That's what I should have called the episode. All right, I'll call it stream that one. Oh, yeah. That's in the old Iron Trap now.
To Nazareth, go to the Galilee. Those are really good places to go to. And thankfully, it is under democratic control. I unfortunately can't say the same thing about Jewish sites that are under Muslim control in the Middle East. So, for example,
Muslim bad?
As a Jew, I'm literally not allowed to enter the Jewish holy sites that are controlled by predominantly Muslim.
Interesting. As an atheist, I'm not allowed to get married in Israel. No one ever talks about the laws in Israel. It's insane. I don't know how we don't talk about it.
Now, Linda Hunter raises an excellent question there.
Oh.
Do they eat the chickens? No, they feed them to the Gentiles.
Ah,
For real. They give the meat to the poor, right? So if the chicken of Kaparot absorbs the sin, right, then they give it to the Gentiles to eat. Okay, I mean, right? Terrific.
Muslim countries in the Middle East, which is a big problem, and I'm happy to discuss that more. But I would imagine for the relevancy of this commission, we care about American students, we care about American citizens, and any American.
No, he's talking about Moorish ones in America, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's not talking about white. Fellas, they had over a decade to make a spectacle out of how whites have been treated on college campuses. Evergreen would have been perfect. Sure, Ben Boyce would have appreciated that. Sure, Brett Weinstein would have appreciated that. But no, they were dead silent. So when he says Americans, he's being duplicitous. He just means American moose.
Citizen who's being attacked, Jew, Christian, Muslim.
I mean, they supported all the black anti-white crap, right? Like wasn't our first stream literally on that, right? Saul Alinsky and
second episode. First one was Arval.
Them stirring up the blacks against the whites, and oh god.
Well, I mean, you can just look at the ADL, how they called Turning Point USA like
white supremacist. Yeah.
That should be an issue of concern for this commission and for President Trump.
Thank you. Yeah, just a follow up. One last follow up. Since we've mentioned Israel a total of 17 times, are you willing to condemn what Israel has done in Gaza?
No, because
now you should know she's wearing a Palestine pin under her hair on her right side. Okay.
A
pin of the Palestine flag. She is a Catholic. She knows what the moos are up to, and she ain't taking shit from no TOS word for who she's talking to right now. Okay, I couldn't think of anything else. Here we go.
I unilaterally reject that it's not a genocide. The only genocide ever carried out was on October 7th when Hamas tried killing every man, woman, and child they could possibly find. Hang on, let me respond.
70,000 innocent civilians killed.
Oh my God.
Let me respond. So first of all,
you won't condemn that.
And Carrie,
Just on the record.
The way they constantly redefine genocide, right? Like, look, genocide has a very particular meaning. It's in the goddamn UN convention. And they just, it's just this thing. They just redefine it. There is no way you can define October 7th as a genocide, right? It was a border raid. Okay, like, oh, fucking. Sorry, keep going.
Not a
Right.
problem.
Excuse me. As chair of the committee,
I
he's
think it's
already-
important we have this discussion.
I agree. I'm happy to answer.
Thank you.
And Carrie,
I
it is
think we'd be great
important.
friends.
Yeah, I'm
Carrie?
happy to answer.
Carrie, we have had the discussion. Good questions, good answers. This is a commission on religious liberty. If there's another
Yeah,
commission
in
on this
America.
issue,
I don't know why we're talking about a foreign country.
Well, to be fair, you brought it up.
Okay.
You did.
At no point in my testimony did I mention Israel. I was very clear about American
All of
Jewry.
you did.
She says you did, and she means all of you. He went, I didn't. She went, all of you did. 17 times she was counting how often they brought it up. And this is what you hear from the left all the time. Well, I didn't say that. Okay, well, I'm talking about lighting fires in the street. And, you know, this is coming for this. And these commands are coming down from your political party. I'm not saying that, though. And she goes, all of yous. All of yous have been talking about it. So. Small
Isn't saying all of yous like a libel of some kind? No, you should show the calls for her resignation first, mate, right?
The call for her resignation is right about here.
You're gonna show more clips, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
So
Jewish activists are lobbying the Trump administration to remove Carrie Prejean-Bella from the White House Religious Liberty Commission because she actually took the hearing seriously and spoke out in defense of Christians' religious liberties and all Americans' First Amendment right. That's not how it's supposed to work when we have a Religious Liberty Commission. You know what kind of liberty we're talking about.
she used her time to harass Mooish panelists, said Laura Loomer, a Moo who got so much surgery they look like the fucking puppet from Saw.
She's not Mooish. Laura Loomer is
Yes, she is.
a fake. She's a fake Moo, I thought.
That I don't. Have you seen the before pictures?
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
you could ski down that schnoz. It's a beak.
I thought Milo was saying, right, like she wasn't really a Moo. She just wanted to be one.
Yeah, but Milo's a Moo, so who do we trust, right? This is a Spider-Man meme right now. I mean,
Good
everyone's
question.
just pointing at each other. I have no idea who to fucking trust. Damn these people. Damn them straight to hell.
Chat seems to believe she's legit Mooish.
Yeah,
so
that's the safe bet. Okay.
We got to trust the chat, bro.
Okay, so she responds to Shabos and ends it with, I will not be bullied. I have the religious freedom to refuse support for a government that is bombing civilians and starving families in Gaza. That does not make me an anti-Semite. Makes me a pro-life Catholic and a free American who will not surrender religious liberty to political pressure. Zionist supremacy has no place in the American Religious Liberty Commission. So let's get into it, fellas, okay?
Look, when we said freedom of speech, we didn't mean it like that. There's certain kinds of speech that's very, very dangerous for our democracy. It hurts me that you can't understand this, Waddy. You can't just have people running around saying whatever they want. Look at the Europeans. They're so much happier now that they've like gotten a handle on their freedom of speech issues.
So you need to realize this woman is on a warpath, okay? She is trying to antagonize them in front of everybody as much as humanly possible. She and fellas, I don't know if you've heard this, but anti-Semitism doesn't exist. This queen over here, okay, this goddess is bringing up what is anti-Semitism and then also says, okay, well, you're being anti-Christian. Okay, well, you're being Islamophobic. And she's putting it back onto them because it's just a tool and she understands that. So very excited to show this.
Thank you. Mr. Frankel, this is for you. You described very painful experiences at UCLA, and I take that very serious. At the same time, many of the students who I've spoken to personally who created those encampments say that they were protesting the killing of tens of thousands of Palestinian civilians in Gaza.
Bro, she's siding with the crazy fucking pro-Palestine protesters, dude. This is friend-enemy distinction at like the highest degree.
Yeah. But also, right, I think she senses that this is their biggest weak spot. Okay. Because they're always going around like telling everyone how moral they are, how superior they are, right? Like, how, like they're the most moral people like ever, right? And at the same time, because of them being so like moral and just so awesome all the time, they were like, have been unjustly like persecuted. So for Israel to turn around and like, just literally like, do like not like, a fake like little mini side, but like an actual, oh yeah, we're gonna like wipe all these people from the face of the earth, glass their entire like country. It just, I don't know, man.
Well,
it just looks bad.
I do know it looks bad because they can't help but show their horns. Now, there's a way to have this conversation and go, I understand how you think that, us being retaliatory, we're overexerting, or they're overexerting themselves in Israel. I think I know you understand that. It's a long, complicated history. And, this attack was initiated. It's not the first time that we've been attacked. Am I doing a better job so far than just saying that they genocided us? Like, they can't help themselves. I could do better PR, but they don't take one step back, and neither does the left. This is where they got it from. This is their child. And they know how to keep them in line.
Yeah.
Gaza and their university's financial ties to that war. So I need to ask you, in a country built on religious liberty in the First Amendment, do you believe someone can stand firmly against anti-Semitism, including what you experienced, and at the same time condemn the mass killing of Palestinians in Gaza, or reject political Zionism, or not support the political state of Israel? Or do you believe that speaking out about what many Americans view as genocide
this guy is on the right
should be treated as anti-Semitic? Because in my view, the United States cannot and must not make loyalty to a particular theology about Israel a litmus test for protected speech or moral legitimacy.
What does she mean about a theology with Israel?
Well, the basic theology behind Christian Zionism is that the Moors are destined to inherit Israel.
We killed Jesus. Okay, we killed Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, no. That's just a big misunderstanding, right? You can't blame all of the Moors for what
not all of them. Thank you.
A large group of the Moors did like 2,000 years ago, and it's important to remember that there has been no history between 2,000 years ago and now.
Well, 5,
right? Like, right? It's not like
the memo. The number went up.
It's not like there's sort of any history of conflict between Christianity and Judaism, like, at all, right? Like, I mean, look, it's the most moral people ever, bro, right?
Charlie Kirk said that Jew hate is brain rot. Some people don't have brains. I'm not going to assist them in setting a double standard for the Israeli government and the Jewish people as they fight to defend themselves. These were students calling for intifada within days after October 7th.
Now, this is true, okay? So
yeah,
this is how laser focused she is, all right? She's not being impartial. She's not being unbiased. She is going in full attack mode. But this is what your enemies do, okay? Your enemies will attack, will defend any position that's advancing what they want. And so she is applying this like unbelievably well.
Speech is, I mean, look, okay, right?
Yeah.
There was like that war going on, right? But those university students, they were saying stuff, right? They were calling the stuff, right? Which, if you think about it, is actually much worse.
Let's see how she defends it.
Or Israel had even entered Gaza. So it's not about them and their using Palestinian civilian death, which is horrendous and horrible. They're using it as a prop. And it doesn't matter. My religious beliefs are violated. You don't get to block me because I'm Zionist and a Jew. You want to protest Israel? Great. 100% go ahead and do it.
Ooh, he said Zionist and a moo, and we didn't see this with the whites at
Yeah,
all.
look, if you want to protest Israel and Zionism, that's absolutely okay, right? But you will get thrown out of university and, probably like hassled and, might lose your bank account and stuff like that. But, look, if you want to go down that route,
always a way around it.
That's totally fine.
We're not canceling you. That's just private business deciding what they want to do.
That's right. Private company can do whatever they want, right?
But the university let them wear masks, even though there's a mask ban. They violated all time, place, and manner restrictions, amplified sounds. It went on for years. They kept doing
the amplified sounds.
Again. And that's what the judge saw and said, that's not okay. They can protest, they can't block Jews, and you can't assist them in doing it.
I'm really grateful that we're having this discussion because I think this is a topic that is really affecting so many Americans.
Nice.
Rabbi Shapiro, he's based in New York. I invited him here today, but he's not here today. He says, and I would love your opinion on this, American Jews are increasingly treated as less fully American, our loyalty questioned, our belonging made conditional, because Zionist ideology falsely claims Israel is the nation state of Jews everywhere, and that every Jew is nationally tied to it. He says, this framing is anti-Semitic at its core. It strips us of our identity as Americans, recasts us as foreigners in our own country, and arms anti-Semites with accusations of divided loyalties and collective guilt for actions we neither chose nor control. No other foreign country does this. No sovereign state claims to politically represent an entire worldwide group defined by religion or heritage and bind its members to its deeds. Yet Jews alone bear this unique, unjust burden. That dangerous lie must be rejected openly and firmly. The remedy is clear: civic education that teaches unconditional American belonging through citizenship alone, not ethnicity, heritage, or any fabricated foreign tie. We are Americans, full stop, and we reject any doctrine that treats us otherwise. Would you say that statement is anti-Semitic?
What I'll say is that Natan Sharansky says there's three things that you shouldn't do with Israel. You shouldn't delegitimize it, you shouldn't demonize it, and you shouldn't apply a double standard. You can abide by those three things, you're not anti-Semitic.
By not being a Zionist, does that make it?
Have you noticed that this is what James Lindsay always does, where he makes a list of things and it's like, this is the definition, this is the category. But he also defers to what somebody else said. So it's not what he said, and he's never actually like appealing to any sort of actual authority figure. Well, this person defines it this way. Okay.
So let's just run through the 3 Ds, right? If I've got this guy right. Okay, so you can't delegitimize the state of Israel. What the fuck does that mean? Right? Like legitimacy is something that.
Let's get the three things real quick.
Okay. Would you say that statement is anti-Semitic?
What I'll say is that Natan Sharansky says there's three things that you shouldn't do with Israel. You shouldn't delegitimize it.
Okay. I mean, but legitimacy is a thing that a state creates through its actions, right? Like Israel arguably is delegitimizing itself, right? Ah, fuck me. Yeah. What's the second one?
Right.
You shouldn't demonize it. You shouldn't
demonize it.
You shouldn't well, what does that mean?
Well, like, no matter what they do, right? Now, this, like, whatever we define as narcissism in the West, it is these behaviors. It's a people. Narcissism is a people. Okay, like,
right?
You can never demonize me. What if you do something worthy of demonization?
So if the government of Israel they do a bad thing, and you point this out, is that demonizing them or? Mate.
Well, he makes it sound really simple when he breezes through them.
Yeah. Right.
You can abide by those three things. You don't apply a double standard. You can abide by those three things. There are three things that you shouldn't do with Israel. You shouldn't delegitimize it. You shouldn't demonize it. You shouldn't apply a double standard.
You shouldn't apply a double standard coming from this guy with that dumb little hat. Really, dude? Really? Shouldn't apply a double standard, dude? Really? The entire basis of what they enact in the West is white versus POC and giving one from the narcissist standpoint. Are you familiar with what triangulation is?
No. Remind me.
So, what a narcissist will do with like a narcissistic mother, they will give preferential treatment to one of the children as a point of antagonization. So then they're fighting. So they're always dependent on the mother for arbitration.
Oh, right. Yep. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just incredible where these behaviors come from. It's like no double standards. It's like you people treat the non-whites and the non-Christians completely differently. And the double standards we have in society, this is the issue in the Mentis Wave video. And I feel like this has resonated with a lot of people where like Mentis Wave would state the issue perfectly. He would steel man the argument. And then it's like, okay, so surely he understands that, like, well, then where does this come from? A completely incurious person as to like, well, where do these double standards come from? Why throughout the white West is it popular to be against white people? Well, just completely incurious to that of like, yeah, it just kind of happens, right? When does that ever happen? When is a majority population ever oppressed in a country, dude? What are you talking about? Very unique, I would say.
Their lack of self-reflection is freaking amazing. Like, honestly, like, you know, it's
why do you think Ben Davidson is so pissed? He's like, oh my God, like they don't want to admit all the shitty things they've done. Imagine thinking in your bloodline, thousands of years of getting your comeuppance. You know, people Yeah, questioning your behavior, so to speak.
Double number for $5. Wait, I thought having children was how their satellite dishes grew. Why is Shabbatan so big? I don't know. Is it like a fashion? They do seem to be getting bigger.
Yeah, well, it is. The more children you have, the larger it's supposed to be.
Really? Is that an actual thing?
Well, here's the issue. I told everybody that I'm going to start making up stereotypes that don't exist. So that's up to you if you want to believe me. I'm saying that sincerely, or am I? Sounds good.
So what? Like after like 8 kids, you get like a kippa sombrero? Like
Ben Shapiro's hat is turning into a over-the-ear baseball helmet. It's getting so big. We're all noticing it, and he is having more kids. But let's continue.
I want to see a kippa sombrero. Come on.
That's like, I mean, hey. Well, actually, you know what? Let me carve out this position right now. I've been thinking about this, fellas.
Okay.
And I have the hottest take for the white right wing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Generally, how much blood does it take to be a moo? Let's say 25%. It's not. It's lower, isn't it? You could be 10% moo and they'll still call you a moo, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, black. What percent does it take to be black? I could say 25% easily. And then you're considered black.
Yep.
Now, for some reason, the way that the right wing views their white blood, they almost view it, they almost devalue it. Because Nick Fuentes is 75% white, but there's still a question if he's white enough. Barack Obama, black president, the only black thing about him isn't even American. His dad was born in Kenya. His dad impregnated a white woman in the United States. And then his dad went back to Kenya. There's nothing, all of the American parts of him are white. And so I find it interesting that, and I don't know if it's done intentionally, but the way that we don't view that like we're whitening up a bloodline. We only view that our bloodline's getting tainted when your enemies do not think like that at all whatsoever. So so think of game theory, right? Your enemies are viewing, and this is all a matter of perception, by the way, right? It's genetically, it exists no matter what. This is just a perception. So game theory of perception right now is the moos. There's French moos, and they love it. This is literally how they have global domination, because they have French moos, German moos, American moos. That stays with them. And then even black people, not to the same extent, but black people will go, haha, your grandkid is going to be black. And it's like, well, no, why? We are allowing it to be easy to erase being white solely based upon perception when our enemies are not doing that. I hope. So the reason why I'm saying that, I don't have a prescription, but this just occurred to me. I hope I hear the conversation more because I'm not in that sphere. But I mean, you're kind of like handcuffing yourself by trying to keep it white only when your enemies they're spreading.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Right?
Yeah.
I had that thought today when I was getting prepped for this.
You can abide by those 3 things. You're not anti-Semitic.
So by not being a Zionist, does that make you an anti-Semite?
I don't think you need to be a Zionist to support a country that defends itself and is free and religious in a hostile neighborhood.
So is anti-Zionism anti-Semitism?
One second, Karen.
Yes.
It is. It is.
Sorry. Yes.
See, look at him.
Point for a second.
Let me back up. I
Took
didn't
the
want to step
stand.
over that answer. I didn't know you were both of you still talking. So
Just to be clear, is anti-Zionism anti-Semitism?
Yes.
It is.
Now, what will they say? That it's equating Zionism and Moo is anti-Semitic, by the way, when he is in fact doing that right now. James Leslie says that, where they say anti-Zionist, it's not the same thing, but he views being anti-Zionist as being anti-Semitic, which means that they also equate it to be the same thing.
Have you ever actually looked at the IHRA definition?
Yes. I may have pulled it up before.
It is like so crazy. Like you can't have any negative opinion about Israel or Muri generally without violating.
It would be like if Jeffrey Epstein made up rules for speech and he's like, you can't mention the island. It's like, okay, well, this is going to be difficult. This is going to be a difficult conversation to have. It took the wind out of my sails before I even got started.
It covers every single base. And the really funny thing is in the UK, the Muzzies, they basically copied the Moo's homework. and they made their own version, and they're trying to get that passed, right? Because like the way the legal thing is in the UK is that they can get busted for saying stuff about the Moos. The Moos can't get busted for saying stuff about the Muzzies. So the Muzzies, and fuck the whites, obviously, right?
Let's move along to friend of the channel, Seth Dillon, CEO of Babylon Bee.
Hang on. We got super chat before you go on.
Oh, sure.
New GM for $5. Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
New GM. Oh, he's being very, very generous tonight, mate. My favorite GM. The kipper is required to be able to hold the amount of butter spent to produce the total of your children.
Yes, it's not C. They don't do it with C. They do it with lipids. Turns out.
That's some great trivia. Thank you very
that
much.
That one I'm not making up. That one's true.
New GM, right? Excellent. Do you think it's to do with that like weird bone they have in their ear that makes them like rock back and forward because it destabilizes the thing in your ear that like makes you balance, and that's why they're like rocking back and forward? That's like also a very true thing, by the way.
It really is the universal symbol of a demonic possession is the rocking back and forth in delighting in the pain of others, dude. I don't even know if I can think it's funny anymore.
Yeah.
After having that associated with the demon, dude. Anyway, friend of the channel, Seth Dillon. Let's go. The goodest guy.
Carrie?
Thank you. Dr. Scott Hahn, one of the most respected Catholic theologians. He's written over 50 books. He's a biblical scholar, professor of church history. He said this: stop carelessly labeling people anti-Semites. Catholic Christianity does not in any way require you to embrace Zionism as a fulfilled prophecy. So what I've heard today is that if you don't support Zionism, you are an anti-Semite. Is that your testimony today, Seth? Yeah.
Dude, so Seth is afraid to say anything. So Amu already said that, right? Now, Seth is used to saying, no, that's not true. But he just heard Amu say it. And she goes, Seth, babe, talking to you. So what are you going to say? Because you always say that they're different, but Amu just said that they're the same in front of everybody. So,
I mean, he doesn't want to contradict Amu, right? Like in this kind of like, not at the sort of the Religious Liberty Commission.
Dude, he blanked out so goy hard that he's like, in his brain, it's like in a TV show where they're like, things are happening and they're like, Seth, wake up. Oh, what? Yeah. Listen to him.
Seth? Yeah.
Hello.
I thought you were asking him.
No, I'd like to ask you.
Now I'm on the hot seat.
Yeah.
I don't think that someone failing to support I guess it depends on what you mean by Zionism. There's been a conversation about that today. If Zionism is simply taken to mean the Jewish people's right to exist in their homeland, if you're actively promoting or seeking their eradication, then yes, I think that would definitely be anti-Semitic.
Yeah,
if you're
so if it's
simply
not
not
that,
if you're thinking of the definition more of like, well, the Bible says that we have
theological.
to have this faithful commitment to the Jews and the
theological supremacy.
Yeah, you don't have to have that view. No, there can be a range of views on
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah,
So it wouldn't be
absolutely.
anti-Semitic, just like Dr. Scott Hahn said.
No, it can be a cover for anti-Semitism, but it isn't, I don't think, inherently anti-Semitic. No, of course not.
Thank you for that. And then one last thing, two things for you. One, what was the purpose of the Hamptons meeting that you
Pause it.
It's actually really complicated. No, it fucking isn't at all.
Not out of it, dude.
Oh yeah, this next segment.
Are you familiar with the Hamptons meeting?
Yeah.
Where he went to Seth Dillon went to talk to Charlie Kirk, and you know, it was a certain tension possibly when they talked about Israel and whatnot.
Yeah, but you remember after Kirk was killed, right? Seth Dillon came out and he's like, no, it was just a really, really friendly time. We all like, shook hands and gave each other like blowies, and it was a lovely time. And now he seems to have changed his story somewhat. Play it.
Yeah. And then two, I would really appreciate it if you would stop calling Candace Owens an anti-Semite. She's not an anti-Semite. She's just
I don't even believe anti-Semitism is a thing, and I wouldn't even say that. Like I would hate to have to in this setting defend the quotes. And then go, nope, that's not. Then because she's already granted that anti-Semitism is a thing, right?
Uh-huh.
So then, if what she has said isn't, then what could be?
Wait, where's I sent you that like audio file of Candace Owens saying like Shabbat Shalom, Daddy's home.
Support Zionism, and that really has to stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why you keep bringing her up and Tucker.
Well, because they're the two most famous anti-Semites.
There you go again.
Yeah.
Everyone's an
You couldn't
anti-Semite.
stop. You couldn't
Everyone's
help
an
yourself.
anti-Semite, I guess. So if you don't support Zionism, you just said you're not an anti-Semite, yet Candace is an anti-Semite.
I think she goes far beyond not merely supporting Zionism. She calls Jews the synagogue of Satan. She denigrates anyone who, she often uses the word Zionist and the word Jew interchangeably. At one point, she slipped up and used
Now, as always, the Moo has done that in this conversation, but different boy doesn't.
the word Jew, and someone said, "Oh, you're not saying Zionist anymore?" She's like, "No, gloves are off."
So do you think saying Christ is king is anti-Semitic?
No, Christ is king.
Amen.
Christ is my king. He's the
Okay.
king of the universe.
So that's what started
but-
the whole thing with her, right?
But my thing with her, yeah, Christ. What I explained to her, and this is what she considered this deep betrayal, was simply that the phrase "Christ is King" has been, admittedly by many, co-opted for the purpose.
This is why everyone got annoyed with James Lindsay, because James Lindsay was like, "Well, the prayer of Saint Michael, technically it's been yeah, we know people co-opt things. Yeah, we know, we understand, we understand that can happen. I just no one. We know people can do that, right? And it's this but they're constant with it. We're like, some people, the way they use it, yeah, I get it, dude, and he can't stop himself.
Shabbat Shalom.
Identifying
Daddy's
with a Goiper
home.
movement and putting
Did you just upload it?
Shabbat Shalom. Daddy's home.
the Jews in their proper place to show them that they are other than. And they will use the phrase in very, very nasty contexts, like I cited in my statement earlier, "Christ is king, you dirty Jew." I've had that.
Can we bring up any of the things that we've had Moose say about whites on this very stream? And and other streams that we can't do that, right? That's the rules?
You got to understand, those are just crazy individuals, like to say that they represent any kind of like larger group. In fact, that's like literally one of the parts of the IHRA definition is like blaming Moose as a whole for the actions of any individual Moo.
Like, wait, didn't we play them specifically? Wait a minute. I'm saying them. Wasn't it Michael Moore? It wasn't even like a hidden Moo. It was literally like a very public facing, like Michael Moore. Wow. All right.
Told to me dozens of times. Do you think that that's anti-Semitic?
Of course.
Okay. So the phrase.
No, not the Christ is king part, but the you dirty Jew.
Right. So
I say Christ is king all the time. I'm not an anti-Semite.
right. And I don't think that makes you an anti-Semite.
Thank you.
I'm talking about how the phrase can be abused. So there's plenty of ways to use that phrase in a certain context or paired with other sentiments that make it clear that that person doesn't actually believe Christ is king. You can't say Christ is king, you dirty Jew, and call yourself a Christian. Christians worship a Jew. It's just.
Oh, fuck off.
How do you like that? How's that taste?
So fucking sick of this.
You worship
freaking argument.
a Moo.
Like,
how's it feel?
Dude.
Absurd.
Yeah.
I hate this. Like it's just purely like a political. Don't you know we made you? You can't rebel against us. Fuck off.
So, but no, the phrase itself. And this is what I actually said in my comments.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, according to the Talmud, right? Their book, they believe that Jesus was half Roman and half Palestinian. So I don't know, what they're fucking talking about. Like, really, right? Like they believe that Jesus' father was a Roman legionnaire. So
all I know is that people that I don't trust say he is, and people that I do trust say he's not. So all I have is I'm a discernment of fruit guessing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The phrase is not anti-Semitic. I declare it with humility and reverence myself. It's the abuse of the phrase. Just like when someone takes the Lord's name in vain, you should find that objectionable as a Christian. I hope that you do. Someone saying something like that in that context to a Jewish person for the purpose of treating them as other than or excluded or, to disparage them in some way, that is using the Lord's name in an abusive.
They literally believe that they are other than. That's like literally the entire point of Mooish identity is that they are a people apart, that they are other than, right? So like, what the fuck does this even mean? Oh my God.
manner. It's exploiting it for political reasons or just for the sake of promoting hatred. And I find that repulsive.
So anti-Semitism to you is mostly speech, correct?
I didn't say that. No, I don't know where you got that.
But for someone to say Christ is king on their social media platform, would you label that an anti-Semitic if you're looking into the context of what they're saying, or if they just say it, Christ is king? Like,
it could
why
be.
are we analyzing
You have to
that?
look at the context. Yeah.
But I would say that's anti-Christian if you're analyzing why I'm saying Christ is king.
No, saying the phrase Jesus Christ is not taking the Lord's name in vain unless you're doing it in a certain context, right? There's context matters.
Yeah, so going back to Candace Owens,
yeah.
when she worked for Daily Wire, your friend Ben fired her because she said Christ is king.
And I never said that what she said was anti-Semitic.
Okay, but you're calling her an anti-Semite.
Oh, yes, because she said way worse than that.
Okay, let's move on. Everyone seems to be obsessed with Candace. My last question, why were you at the Hamptons?
Can you just real
Why
quick,
were you at the Hamptons?
Do you think that anything Candace has said is anti-Semitic?
No, I don't.
Nothing, ever. That's interesting.
I mean, I listen to her daily.
You should look up more.
I haven't heard one thing out of her mouth that I...
Would any of us in front of this audience say that she's never said, dude, this woman is on the world's most polite, presentable warpath I may have ever seen in my entire life.
You know what's interesting is that all of this stuff, right, is just making all of this shit complicated so that they can say, oh, well, you know, what we really need is a judge, right, to be able to, like, judge whether something is or is not, right? And actually, I've got the perfect suggestion. How about us? We'll be the judge. Like, it's like that triangular thing that you were like talking about.
Triangulation,
right?
yep.
Like you just like muddy the waters, right? And just make it really confusing, and then be like, well, that's okay. You know, we'll appoint somebody to make the determination, a commissar, if you like. You know, Bill Clinton skin suit for $10.
Sure.
The moose actually hatch from eggs, which are cultivated by the elder witches or rabbis. It has something to do with using a goyle and transferring a soul into their closest species relative, a chicken. Oh, thank you very much, man. We're getting some incredible information tonight. Thank you, Bill Clinton.
I'm gonna believe that and carry it forward. I'm just gonna force myself to believe it.
Yeah. Okay, that's that's amazing, right?
I've heard crazier things.
So is it like a sort of like transference, right? Like is it a wish to sort of return to chicken, as it were? You know what I mean, right? Like to get back to their clucky roots.
Oh no, all of this makes way more sense if I believe that moose actually hatch from eggs. That's the part I'm talking about. That was the most compelling part to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're definitely egg people. That's the beak. Where do you think they get the beak from?
A rat named Mouse for $2. If Jesus was a moo, why did he end Judaism? That's a good question, mate. This is, you know, I mean,
this is the stuff that makes like it's so convoluted unless you talk to people that actually believe.
I mean, Jesus was a funny kind of a moo, right? He was like against legalism. He was for universality. Believed in like self-sacrifice, right? Like was against like usury, right? Like believed in like healing, like didn't believe in the Sabbath. I mean, you know, I'm just saying, right? Like kind of a funny, you know, but I mean, you know, right? I'm sure they know much better than like actual Christians or anything, right? Like, you know.
Well, no, they are actual Christians because they're the original of everything. It's the we was Kangs, everything comes from Africa argument where it comes from.
It literally is. It literally is we was Kangs. Like you know, like we was Christians and shit. No, you fucking weren't. No, you fucking weren't.
We was Christians and shit.
I would say is anti-Semitic.
Okay. If I may, could I answer the Hamptons question?
You may answer.
I'll do it briefly.
You may answer, and I encourage you to answer. But this is not an interrogation, so you don't have to answer.
Of course, yeah. I'm having fun.
I'm not interrogating him. He's a comedian. He can handle it.
Yeah, no, this is the best part of my day. The Hamptons meeting was a retreat called by Charlie. It was. I don't know if many of you are familiar with this. I'll give you a little context, but there was a claim that was made that an intervention was staged with Charlie, where people pulled him into a room in a very aggressive manner, pressured and blackmailed him because they felt like he was straying away from his support for Israel. That was the claim. The Hamptons retreat, and the Hamptons retreat was characterized that way. It was not like that. There were about 30 people there. handpicked and invited by Charlie personally. He brought us there. He stood at the front of the room with a microphone throughout the thing. The theme of it was Save the West. His primary focus was on the threat of Islam, the problem of Islam.
You can tell someone's lying when they go into like really specific details that are completely like meaningless. He stood there in front of everybody with the microphone up there, you're acting like you're descriptive.
Yeah, I don't trust what he's saying at all.
Right?
Like he looks very, very nervous when he's talking about this.
What? No, he's having a great time. He'll tell you.
Uh-huh.
There was heated and spirited debate about the issue of Israel in the room, but it was debate that Charlie himself initiated, and he wanted to hear different perspectives on it. And so we voiced a lot of our perspectives. One of the things that I disagreed with him on was he said that, you know, if you're not sufficiently supportive of Israel, it can be really ruinous for you in a position like his.
Yeah.
If you criticize Israel at all, they'll try to denigrate you and destroy you and call you names, call you anti-Semitic, etc. And it can ruin you. And I said,
what's been happening the entire night? You mean, like, dude? I wouldn't. My logical brain wouldn't allow that to come out of my mouth. I wouldn't be able to do it.
I think Seth just did an anti-citrus, mate. Right? Like, isn't the idea that the Moos have enough power to like cancel people? Isn't that very anti-citrus?
Yeah, things are getting kind of crazy.
Nuremberg trials will come.
Pretty crazy, dude.
You know, yes, certainly that's true, but it can also be very costly to stand up to those people. And I give the example of my own experience where I criticized I criticized the critics of Israel, and they tried to destroy me. And so, you know, we can all, whine and cry about the consequences of.
They tried to destroy him.
This must be like what happened to Lindsay, where he still has a bank account.
I'll show you trying to destroy.
Right?
Yeah, dude, exactly. Trying to destroy you. The police. Was it Seth Dillon or Joel Berry? I think it was Seth Dillon. The police somehow found the guy the anonymous man that made a death threat against him, which is impossible in the modern age, unless you are talking to the people that are in control of society. How the fuck could you find him so quickly,
dude?
Remember when CNN found the guy that made a meme about them?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was freaking crazy, man.
What might happen if we say certain things, but everybody has a right to give their opinion and say what they think. So there was back and forth like that, but there were many people that came out and made statements afterwards that it was completely mischaracterized, and that was really evil what she did, to lie about a situation like that and try to portray it as though the Jews were trying to blackmail Charlie. That resulted in death threats.
She never said
She
that.
absolutely said that.
No, she didn't.
She put my face on a movie poster for I Know What You Did Last Summer, suggesting that I had a role in his murder.
She's just... how funny are memes when you had to verbally describe them?
Shabbat shalom. Daddy's home.
I know whatever it's mentioned now. If that is her real name.
If that is her real name.
I love when someone they made me look like I was I Know What You Did Last Summer. Like, dude, describing the meme in this setting is pathetically nerdy.
Is the implication? Did Candace make the meme in question? Ms. Owens, were you the creator of this spicy meme? Like, fucking hell.
I played a role in his murder. That's why someone tried to kill me and my family and got arrested in Texas.
Not correct. I covered it on stream, I believe. Maybe in a video, maybe on stream. It was a person that said something in general, and I might have to unearth it, dude. No one tried to take his life. Close.
Someone just said something spicy on the internet. No one
and he
showed up.
And he somehow had the power to go after them.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
More Seth. Here we go. What we got here? Notice how Seth Dillon, instead of rallying to fight back against the anti-white discrimination, oh yeah.
Hang on. Super chat before we get into this.
Absolutely.
Waffle! Look at him. Thanks, Waffle. For $10, critical of Israel equal bad. Support of Israel equal good. Thank you for coming to the Seth Dillon School of Debate.
I really like how in my videos I'll point out when they just say good, bad, right, wrong. That really stuck with Waffle. He'll say that on X as well. It's like once you see it, you can't unsee it because it's thought terminating. This is good. This is bad. It's bad. In the Andrew Wilson debate with Papa Gut, Papa Gut said it's bad because it's bad. It's literally what he said.
Oh my God.
It makes it so you can't think.
Yeah.
All right.
Ideas taken seriously have catastrophic consequences. It should go without saying that anti-Semitism ranks highly among history's horrifying examples, but it's gaining popularity again today, particularly among younger generations on the right. And it's not always subtle. Transgressive agitators on social media are building massive cult-like followings, declaring themselves to be on Team Hitler. They proclaim without apology or fear of consequence that Hitler was right. The question is why, and what should or can be done about it. We're all familiar with how the woke left divides the world into oppressors and oppressed, the powerful and the marginalized. It's a
the moo and the goy.
Grievance-based collectivist framework that says all of society's greatest problems are due to hidden power structures designed to prop up the patriarchy and maintain white supremacy. One has to wake up or become woke to see it. Critical race theory, DEI, and radical gender ideology were all aimed at equity rather than equality to correct the alleged power.
All in institutions of power supported by the moos. I'm listening, Seth.
Balance and topple that system. And many are now forcefully rejecting this warped worldview. But the radical right, or woke right, as some have called it, has adopted this framework for itself. They've just swapped out the villain. Where the left sees hidden white supremacy, the so-called J-pilled right sees hidden Jewish power. The structure is identical. The same conspiratorial lens, the same collectivism, revisionism, and scape.
It's not hidden at all. Like what the fuck is he talking about? Hidden. It's completely fucking obvious, right? Like you can literally just watch the live streams of their conferences. What is exactly hidden about this?
The only thing that's hidden is the way we have to talk about it on YouTube. That's the only part of it that's hidden. It's the different words that we have to use.
I don't understand. Like, are you implying
the way it's hidden is I have to say moo and nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Hopefully, people guess who I'm talking about.
Oh, it's so hidden. It's so mysterious. My brother in Christ, you literally just took over the entirety of Miami for like 6 months to like hold conference after conference.
Anyway,
after
we're back
conference.
here at the World Mooish Congress.
That's right. Fucking hell, man.
Oh, actually, this is too perfect of a time to show this right now while it's still fresh in my brain. This is actually posted on. This is exactly what we're talking about. I can't even wait to show it to you. On Chris Menahan's, dude, follow this guy, fellas. If you don't have to, if the stream's not playing, just go to this guy's X account and it'll be. And then just imagine our voice is talking over what he's saying. Okay.
Now, just last week, leaders of the world's 7 largest Jewish communities convened in Australia.
The leaders of the world's largest 7. What was that? What was that, Jonathan?
Now, just last week, leaders of the world's 7 largest Jewish communities convened in Australia as part of the 2025 J7 Summit. This is a summit organized by ADL as part of the J7 Task Force to combat anti-Semitism, a convening of representative bodies of the largest Jewish communities on earth.
Dude, wow, he didn't even whisper it. He's telling secrets over here.
And you chose Australia. Right? Like
they're nice. They're nice
I thought Australia was very unsafe. And why not Israel? Like why Australia? Oh god.
Well, this is all the way in December 18th of 2025, so God knows what was going on then, okay? Things change, man, okay? They're progressive. Things change.
Yeah, right.
I'll go down that rabbit hole. See? And this is what my brain does. I wanted to watch the rest of that video and forget you guys were even here. I have to go back to this video, okay? I can't. It'll lead to another video, another hit of fentanyl, another hit of I can't even look at it.
Revision and scapegoating, the same claim to special knowledge of realities the masses are too cowardly or complicit to accept. Waking up to these hidden realities means seeing Jews rather than white men as the oppressors who scheme.
Wait.
It means treating Jews as enemies.
Did he just talk about having a special knowledge of reality?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that like literally Judaism though, right? I know that's absolutely Kabbalah, right? Like,
celebrities go to Kabbalah temples. It's a mainstay in popular elite society.
I'm clearly just not understanding correctly, obviously.
But why is this corrupt framework becoming popular with young people on the right in particular? And I think the short answer to that is that they were primed for it and then exploited. Young white men in particular have been told their whole lives that they are the problem. Masculinity is toxic. Western civilization is oppressive. Whiteness carries guilt. That created hunger for any counter-narrative that said you're not the villain. In fact, you're the victim and someone more powerful than you is doing this to you. And there's some truth to that, of course. They were villainized. But that was the injustice of it. To turn around and do the same to someone else should be out of the question. At the same time, institutional trust was collapsing as so-called experts and authoritative voices were caught in one lie after another. Ironically, while they claimed to be fighting misinformation.
It was beyond parody. But when you realize you've been lied to, you become dangerously vulnerable to a false inference that the opposite of whatever the history books or institutions say must be true, or that anyone who rejects those institutions and their
Well, when you've been lied to, you're really being told the opposite of the truth oftentimes when you're being lied to, right?
Yeah.
And then you realize like what you've been told, and then you look at the opposite of it, but no. It has to be somewhere in the middle. This right here is the kosher centrism, the birth of it, okay?
Yeah.
So just because you're lied to doesn't mean that the opposite of it is true, or it does. Anytime someone says just because X doesn't necessarily mean X, or it does.
Listen, Whitey. There are lies and there are truths, and the truth is halfway between the truth and a lie. How could you not understand that? Right?
Oh, you're sublimating right now. You're synthesizing. You're doing a Hegelian trick right
now.
now.
Mate, I'm Alf-habening myself. I'm gonna Alf-haben to Alf-haben.
lies must be offering the truth themselves. That's fertile ground for radical conspiracism. The anti-Semitic agitators exploited both vulnerabilities at the same time. They told young men who to blame, and they told a generation that had lost faith in every institution that here at last was the great hidden truth. Most people have a moral intuition that genocide, and I mean actual genocide, is evil. The Holocaust is one of the clearest cases of moral evil in modern memory. As long as we see that clearly, no one could possibly bring themselves to say Hitler was right. But that's why the revisionist project exists, to take the clarity away, to raise questions about what really happened and why, so that alternative answers seem not just plausible, but palatable. Historical revisionism, it turns out, is the sugar that makes poison taste good.
There's the analogy. The sugar that makes poison taste good. Every time, dude, they can't just come out and say what they're talking about. We got Mustache Man bad, and sugar is what makes the poison taste good. Ooh, wow.
Hey man, look, he's hitting all the notes, right? He's got the greatest hits. He's got Mushroom Man. he's got Mustache Man. He's got the Holly. That's how it works, right?
You saw his head and thought mushroom tip. Not your fault.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Talking about solutions to this problem, I often hear calls for censorship. We need hate speech laws, I'm told, that would criminalize anti-Semitism. But that is not the answer. It's never the answer. In a free society, people have a right to be wrong. The First Amendment guarantees it. The answer isn't to suppress bad ideas, but to challenge them, to ridicule and refute them. Suppression only makes them more appealing to transgressive youth, and it validates their belief that power is being abused at their expense. But let me highlight what I think is a problem almost as great as the hatred itself.
Well, okay, so that's what we're doing, right? Okay. Are we just arriving back at where we are? That's a circle. I love that. That's a circle.
Yeah.
That was going to stick with me.
Oh my God, man.
And that's the
So what's the point of all of this then?
Yes.
Right? Like
this is like when it's like talking to like a leftist protester. Like, and we ended right back where we are, like a commie.
Cowardice that allows the hatred to spread. There's been an effort to mainstream anti-Semitism. Radical voices are not just finding a platform, they're finding friendly platforms.
Yeah.
This is disgraceful.
That's their right. It's disgraceful. All right. And
so is the silence of every prominent
barbarians at the gate. Let them know it's disgraceful, Seth. Let the barbarians know how disgraceful it is. I'm sure that they'll understand.
Person who fails to call it out. Platforming is not the issue, promotion is, and we shouldn't be afraid to say it.
Cool. Well, you said it, and you can eat my dick. There you go.
So silence is violence. If everyone must call it out. It's like it's always BLM. Like it always, like now when I hear them talk, all I hear is BLM, BLM, BLM. It's exactly the same dynamic.
Is this guy really a dentist?
It's just
Is it really some random dentist?
Really, mate. Now that is a girthy hipper, right? Like
that's a fertile man right there.
Yeah. He must have many children.
Oh, he hunted a Khazarian a while ago. Okay.
Societies that fail to protect their Jews, or worse, turn against them, often hasten their own decline. Ancient Egypt enslaved the Jews, oppressed them harshly, and defied their cries for freedom, only to...
How's Egypt doing in Africa compared to the rest of Africa? Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, it got taken over by the Muzzies. Not awesomely, but it's a long and complicated history.
be broken by devastating plagues that struck at the heart of its power. Babylon razed Jerusalem, exiled its people, and soon vanished from history's stage. Mighty Rome crushed the Jewish quest for self-rule, destroyed the temple, only to fade into the history books. These are not coincidences. They form solemn, recurring patterns. Societies that oppress the Jewish people sow the seeds of their own erosion. America's extraordinary success flows from its historic embrace of Judeo-Christian values. I offer my assistance to this commission and the White House, recommendations, implementation, whatever is needed. This is the hill I am willing to die on. I'm Yisrael Chai. Thank you.
They are the savior every time.
It's always a threat.
We need them. No. It's not a threat. No. Oh, but we need you. We're relying on you. And why are we dependent on you? Stupid guy. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
Almost like a special knowledge when you think about it.
Your country doesn't need Christ, right? What your country needs is the moose, right? The more moose, the gooder the country is, right?
Where does the path to hell is paved with good intentions come from? Where could it have come from? I wonder.
I don't know, man. Right? Like, I mean, look at Spain, right? They did the expulsion, and oh wait, what happened after that?
Yeah.
Oh well,
now look at them. They sleep during the day. Okay, they're lazy.
The Spanish did call it the Spanish Golden Age, right? But I mean, Christians, they do lie all the time. So clearly, right, like what was actually going on in Spain after the Reconquista and the expulsion was a terrible time, right? Obviously.
Right, and they want to turn to the Spanish Golem Age, right?
The Spanish Golem Age.
So, fellas, I don't know if I've heard this from Matt Walsh yet. Now, we can agree that Matt Walsh and Steven Crowder on the fence of being right wing. Now, I've never faulted them for that. You don't know what it's like to have mass power and influence, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Complicated, difficult, not so easy. But they've been giving little whistles here and there that they're supporting the whites. Now, Matt Walsh at the Daily Wire, a little more difficult of a whistle to whistle when you're around those fellas.
Yep, true.
Here we have Steven Crowder, who is coming to the realization finally, and he's saying this to his audience, okay? Now, did he smack his wife? Of course. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. However you feel about Steven Crowder, okay? You have to realize he is dissident Normieville. Is that fair enough to say? Dissident Normieville?
Yeah. But like my baby's first dissident opinion.
Sure.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
Still humor, kind of hokey, right? But very necessary, very popular. Now, get a load of this.
Arden just said this in chat, and I was just thinking this exactly the same. Has Crowder like stopped the steroids or something? Because he seems to have like lost like a lot of muscle mass recently.
Well, he does have a Latina girlfriend.
And
I think he got her, he bagged her, and so now he doesn't have to puff his arms up, possibly. Or what he's wearing is loose fitting. It could be the clothes he's wearing right now.
So his jester gooning and aura maxing and frame mogging have taken like a bit of a backseat.
I hate this generation and how they speak. I fucking hate it, dude. I fucking hate it. A bunch of wiggers, dude. It's unbelievable. So here we go.
If they're going to vilify you as a white American, as an oppressor, and everyone else views their identity as central, their race, as central to their identity, and they want to come together as a coalition against the oppressor, white people, well, you probably better start viewing yourself as part of a group. Because they're targeting you that way.
Yep.
None of this is good for America, but you know what? It's incumbent upon the left to tone it down. Remember after Charlie Kirk got shot, they say, hey, let's tone down, let's bring down the temperature. You first. Because you just said that my tribe, my family, my group of people, that we're oppressors. And that we deserve to have every other group ally themselves against us. We're not dividing ourselves. You are. But we're not going to remain lone wolves and just go, I don't view race. I'm starting to more and more. Thanks, left. Appreciate it. Thanks for waking everybody up. If they're going to vilify.
Fellas, I told you about white boy winter. Okay.
It was so obvious this was happening, right? Ever since I saw that barbershop interview that we covered.
Oh yeah.
Like, I was like, I could see it, right? Like it's so fucking obvious. He's just sitting there and he's like, goddamn, fuck these black people. Like, you know, right? Like
I know,
Dude.
and it's like the way that they're speaking. It's like, really, Steven? You're not thinking the N word even a single time. really, that word means something. And if it's not them, if this is like, oh my god, this is the anti-Semitism argument. If it's not Candace Owens, and who is it? If it's not these fucking black guys, then who is it? Then what does the word even mean? Okay.
I really wonder if like during that interview he was just thinking to himself, like, what if I just say it? Right? Like what, you know, like what if I just say, I mean, I probably won't leave this barbershop alive. Right. But like you know.
Okay, I think you wanted me to add this as well.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you like about this one?
Well, okay, so Carrie Prejean Boller, who was the blonde at the Religious Freedom Commission, right, is replying to Seth Dillon, who's, you know, she's like, were you proud to hear the commission tried censoring my speech on social media because I don't worship a foreign nation or hold to their theology? You were in the meeting. You heard everything. And then Lindsay chimes in, boundaries are censorship, right? So who determines the boundaries?
And then he says queer theorist, and it's like, James, okay, well, you're not a theorist, okay?
Yeah. No, look, it's actually very, very complicated, right? To draw where the boundary is. If only we had like, I don't know, some kind of like legal class, right, that could determine for us where the boundary is, right? And everything beyond the boundary will not exactly be censored, right? I mean, censorship is such an ugly word. We'll just ban it for the good of society, right? Like, you got to understand, censorship is bad. But when we ban speech, right, that we don't like, that's not censorship because we're a very, very moral people, okay? Does everyone understand that? Class?
Well, saying Mustache Man is cool is crossing a boundary. Yeah, but do you want them censored? Well, no. Why did you say no like that? Like what? Like,
I mean,
that's how it feels.
I mean, yes, but it's bad optics to like say that because then we look like the left. And if we like really lean into being like the left, people might start being like, where did all this leftist stuff come from? Right. And, you know, it's not a good look is all I'm saying.
Absolutely. So, fellas, this concludes the stream. However, now I have unboomered myself, okay? Cool Vic is streaming the Andrew Wilson and Papa Gut debate right now, and I'm going to send you guys there right now. Now, you might be thinking, but Artie, aren't you covering that tomorrow? Isn't it going to be like watching it twice? Do you think anyone can do what I do, motherfucker? Did you really think that? Did you really think I'm going to send you to a guy watching something, and then we're going to watch it? It's going to be even remotely the same.
Can I play this before we out?
Absolutely, mate.
So so look, you remember the video of oh my god, who's the American guy, not Buckley Buchanan. Remember when they like all got up on stage and were like hassling Buchanan, right? Well, this is Nigel Farage, who like is probably going to lead like the next UK government if the UK is not a smoking crater by the time like, you know, 2029 rolls around. And he has been trying to get a bit chummy with the moves, bro, right? Because if you're in politics in the UK, right, it's very, very important that you have like essentially a mooish liaison organization. It's kind of like de rigueur, you know, you gotta have it. So he's been trying to set up the Reform Mooish Alliance, but some of the moves they're not having it, bro.
Oh boy.
Check this out.
The Torah says to love the stranger.
I'm not sure that's true, actually. Isn't the whole love the stranger thing from the parable of the Good Samaritan? I'm pretty sure that's in the New Testament. I'm not.
The Torah says we like white people.
I don't think it says that.
I don't think the Torah does say that, like, right? But I mean, you know, like, whatever.
So we will want strangers in Egypt.
Hi, ancestors, pogroms, you incite our refugees. Let him speak.
I never didn't fight the Muslim fascists in Cable Street for this. Attack on one, my
do something about her. Yeah, that's very reminiscent.
I mean,
absolutely incredible. They're going
dude,
for it.
Dude. Yeah. Oh, wait, hang on. I think I've just got like one more really tiny thing to like play. I think you're gonna like
better
this
be
actually.
small.
Yeah, right. State of the UK at the moment, basically.
Can we no longer think of the British Isles without the word pedo in front of them?
That's from a show called Brass Eye. I should send you a copy.
God.
It's freaking hilarious.
That was
Right.
so good.
Yeah. So okay, yeah, that's me done. I just wanted to play that.
Absolutely. So, fellas, the way this will work, once the stream ends and the outro plays, you will be automatically redirected to Cool Vic's channel. Now, if you would like to hang out and watch what he's watching, excellent. In his community, you are gay if you don't like the stream, and you can let him know who sent you, Artie. You can say Artie Raid, and then you have to, in all caps, say you're not gay. And if you say that, you have to like his stream, okay? You're representing me as a content creator if you join this raid, okay? So make him feel loved, make him feel welcome, because he is covering something that's very entertaining. I might even watch some of myself to see what he's saying about it, but that's what will happen because Artie's growing up. I know how to do things as a YouTuber now. So yes.
Nice. All right, we'll be back on Friday night as per usual. Have a great time. Thank you very much for super chats. Thank you, chat. We'll see you probably over on Cool Vic's channel, I guess. Good night, everyone.
Yeah. Have a good one. Got the best fellas.
Hey, nerd, why don't you go read your nerd books? What a nerd.
I stand in solidarity with you guys. I know what it feels like to be treated differently.
Forget Venezuelan oil when you can have soybean oil with our new and improved Goislip Jr. Burger Supreme. Now with extra seed oils.
Goislip Jr.
Insightful take. Let's see another email. It says, let the Goyim deal in the real world while hedge fund investors get rich by betting on shipping prices through futures contracts. We're like their slaves.
What do you think about the satanic pedos in the file?
Dude, enough with the conspiracy theories. No!
What happened?
Dude, leave me alone. My player just got injured.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. What do you think about Bill getting an STD from Russian models and slipping his wife antibiotic?
Bill is ending climate change and stopping COVID. Racist fascist.
What do you think about the files?
You must not be a groiper. I actually wish I was Epstein. He's got aura. Go watch Nick to find out why.
Artie and Fist. Artie and Fist. You can be sure that we're both on the list. Artie and Fist. Artie and Fist. You can be sure that we make the moves pissed. Streaming through history, uncovering mysteries as to why the whites are living in misery. We keep the audience salivating as we continue navigating through centuries of adventures of the ever-evolving small hand wizardry.
You're different than the other guys.
Can I be honest with you? I'm actually a black woman.
Cut! That was so fake and gay. Now, Schneiderstein wants to see your feet in his trailer.
We wanted this film to be so fake and gay, it's retarded.
Why was Mr. Space eat Clooney and Jay-Z in the files, Director Berg?
They just like pizza and grape soda.
There you have it, folks. Noticing is antiseptic.
Yeah.
I had a really good time today.
Yeah, me too. I really like.
What are you doing? She's coming with us. What are you talking about? Who are you? I'm your Republican congressman. Now that we're in charge, we're rounding up illegals.
She was born here. She's a citizen.
I don't care. She looks like one of them. But don't worry. When she's in prison in El Salvador, she'll have lots of company.